to lead the Skol chant and sound the Gjallarhorn, please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Hello, Vikings fans. Welcome to the Let's Skol Show. I'm Fish. As always, I have with me Mr. Positivity, Cody Bowden. Hey, who greets with smoke, Skoleful Shack. And our captain, Keith. He'll be joining us in just a moment. He's doing some things in the background to get us going. Tonight, we have a quick recap of our big Week 10 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Ooh. And a preview of our Week 11 game against the Chicago Bears. We got some enemies to Skol with. At 4-5, we have to take a serious look at the State of Vikings and the landscape of the NFC. Can we still make the playoffs? We're going to go around the Gjallarhorn with our hot takes and make our Purple Prophecies. But before we jump into all that, let's break this ice. This Sunday will be Harrison Smith's 200th career game, making him the 6th player in Vikings history to play in 200 games for the team. This list includes Jim Marshall, Mick Tingelhoff, Fred Cox, there's a name you don't hear very often, Carl Eller, and Scott Studwell, my man. Fellas, what's one of your favorite Harrison Smith plays or memories?
My favorite Harrison Smith memory play would be October 21st, 2012, against the Arizona Cardinals, against a quarterback named John Skelton. It was Harrison Smith's first ever interception, and it went 31 yards for a pick six. That'd be my favorite Harrison Smith.
That's a great memory. What up, Captain?
What's going on, fellas?
How's it going?
We good? Happy Friday.
Shaq, what you got for a Harrison Smith memory?
For me, I'll have to go with his first interception of Aaron Rodgers. That's back when Aaron Rodgers is still that guy in the NFL, where it was like he only threw like 3 picks or 2 picks a year. And Harrison Smith was showing that he's actually one of those elite safeties who could do it all, move in the box, and then play back. And like early in his career, Harrison Smith used to always take interceptions back to the crib or back to the house, which is why he became a fan favorite of mine. I always bring up, I didn't want him in the draft. I always wanted Mark Barron from Alabama. But I'm glad we got Harrison Smith.
Yeah, I think we did okay with that one.
Yep, we sure did.
Back when you could draft.
So the one, there's a bunch, but the one that I landed on was actually a somewhat more recent one, and this was in 2023. We are a 0-3 football team going up against the Carolina Panthers. Our heralded quarterback was having a really bad day, had thrown a pick six in that game. It looked like we were going to go down 0-4, but somehow the defense turned it on, and Harrison Smith was a big part of that game. He had 3 sacks in that game and 2 tackles for loss. And that was during a time when us as a fan base, we were kind of saying, man, Harrison Smith's kind of washed up. He should probably retire. He doesn't got it anymore. And then he kind of came out and pulled that and showed the old dogs got new tricks. I think that's the only time he's ever had 3 sacks in a game, and that was just a couple years ago. So that was good to see because Harrison Smith, I've said it many times, he's my last favorite player. I don't have favorite players no more. I'm just a fan of the team. So it was kind of, I was kind of getting down because I was even in that crowd saying, he should probably hang it up. He's probably more of a disservice to this team than a help. But then he came out there and made me proud with those 3 sacks and the 2 tackles for loss. And the Vikings got their first win of the 2023 season. And that almost started to look like it was going to be a great season until our quarterback got hurt later.
Yeah.
Damn Achilles.
Lucy sharing that comment about Lowe, that was, if I remember the story correctly, Lowe had, was saddled up next to him in line at the coffee shop at the airport or something to that. And then she walked away and he ran her down and said, "Hey, didn't you want an autograph or something like that?" And that really is a great story.
Mm-hmm.
Wish Lowe was here to kind of tell it again. All right, so it's a fishism, but my favorite Harrison Smith memory comes from week 1 during the COVID season when there were no fans allowed in the stadiums and there was absolute utter silence and you could hear everything going on the field, everything. And something happens. It was a busted defensive play, and all you hear on live TV is Harrison Smith telling, I think it was Dan Slurry, "Hey, cover your fucking guy." And that was the greatest moment ever on national TV as far as I'm concerned.
I remember you said you guys are going to know mine. You guys know mine. And I was like, I really don't. But then as soon as you started saying the COVID thing and no fans, oh, yep. This is one that he's brought up many times. I will say, Shaq, I was a little surprised on yours.
Why you say that?
Because I was trying to guess what yours was going to be, actually. And I was almost right because it did have to do with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, the sack?
I thought it was going to be the sack against when he was on the Jets and they did the discount double check and everything. But
in that picture of him just cheesing on the way in.
But I mean, it was still against Aaron Rodgers, so I mean, it's in the ballpark.
It's always good to pick on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So we are, like Fish said, we are going to do a little recap of this Baltimore Ravens game that we just had, but we're not going to spend too much time on it because it's already Friday, so it does feel a little stale, but it's our job to go through it. And this recap is brought to you by Hoplark, which is a non-alcoholic black tea brewed with hops. So it drinks like an IPA, it tastes like an IPA without the negative side effects. 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. Hoplark. It's not a beer, it's a Hoplark.
Does it have caffeine at least?
No caffeine.
Tell you what is.
There is an expert on IPAs on this panel. He would know.
So, like I said, we're pretty far removed from the game. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but the Vikings did take a loss on Sunday to the Ravens, 27-19, dropping us to 4-5 and kind of already putting us on life support 9 games in. I feel like in this game we saw a lot of good stuff, but then it was countered by bad stuff, just as much, maybe even more. Real quickly, giving you guys this take from this game. Let's start with you, Cody.
My takeaways from this game is it was a very winnable game against a very good Baltimore Ravens team. And there was a lot of bad stuff that didn't allow us to come home with the W, but it also showed that we can stick around with the legit Super Bowl contending teams out there, even when we do bad things. So I don't necessarily think the season's over yet or on life support. I just think we're stepping on our own feet and tripping on ourselves. I think we clean up the 8 false starts. We do win this game. So, I think we played well. It's just not well enough. I said on Saturday, the most talented team lost and the better team won. So I know we are a talented organization right now, and there are games out there to be won. I'm just waiting for it when it all starts coming together and starts clicking. I just hope it's not too late.
Yeah, no, we put ourselves definitely in a hole that we're going to have to dig ourselves out of, and we'll talk about that later, but I do think we can dig ourselves out of it, but it's not going to be easy. What about you, Fish? What'd you take away from that game?
We're still the best team in the division. as a matter of fact, it ain't that big of a hole. We're only 2 games back, and there's all kinds of divisional play to be had. So I said it before this game. I wasn't worried about losing this game. I predicted this to be a loss at the preseason. It doesn't make me stress out. It's non-conference. It's all that stuff. Yeah, sure, we didn't need to lose this game, but it's very survivable. We can still win the division, actually quite handily, and it's still going to happen. Yeah. We shot ourselves in the foot, and if there's one thing that we know about our coaching staff is when they address a problem, it don't happen again the next week. We'll play a clean football game this week, and we'll need to.
Well, I agree, and I think we will. But that's kind of why we're in the situation we're in. Play a good game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. Like 500 football is what we're playing. What about you, Shaq? What was your overall takeaway from that game?
My overall takeaway was the Vikings. They didn't show up this week. We played like a completely different team than we did against the Detroit Lions. I feel like defensive wise, we did everything we should have. We kept Lamar Jackson in check. We held Derrick Henry under 100 yards. He kind of get going to like the fourth or end of the third quarter. It's just our offense didn't show up. I feel like the best part of that game was, again, to me, Alex Hortis, who introduced me to a Vikings bar in Virginia. Shout out to you, Alex. But other than that, the Vikings just didn't show up. And it's like, we can't do this the whole season. Like, that team that played against the Ravens, I do not want to see in the playoffs. I don't want to make the playoffs if they're going to play like that in the playoffs.
Man, I don't know that I totally agree with everything you're saying because I felt for the most part they played a good game. It was just like a few things that, maybe we did wrong that, we need to clean up. Some things we need to clean up. But I'm kind of in the same camp with Cody. Like, I feel we played good enough to win, but couldn't get over our self-inflicted wounds. Our defense, we only gave up 9 points to the Ravens in the first half, which if we would have said that beforehand, we'd be like, yeah, right, sure, huh? Like that would have been a hot take. We held Lamar and Henry in check for, pretty much the whole game. Like, yeah, Lamar, ended up getting a couple touchdowns, but that's what he's going to do. He didn't run all over us, didn't throw all over us. Henry really didn't run against us. He had one drive where he got most of his yards. But besides that, he was a non-factor in this game. The physicality from the defense was there like it was against the Lions 2 weeks in a row. So that was really good to see. I did see some progress from J.J. McCarthy, making some throws that we weren't seeing him make in the first couple of weeks. He was standing up to pressure and making those throws and taking the hits. He showed some escapability, was only sacked once. The last 3 games he played in, he was sacked 14 times. So that was some improvement. Jalen Naylor stepped up. The running game was effective, but we didn't do it. And for the most part, I do feel like we look like a playoff team, except for 13 penalties, over 100 yards, 8 false starts. We're setting records with penalties. We had the 3 turnovers, and we forced none. We ran 61 plays with 48 of them being passes with our 22-year-old quarterback. There's times where you do need to chuck it up that many times, but not in a close game. This was a close game. And like I said, I did see progression from JJ, but at the end of the game, there definitely was some accuracy issues. He was throwing high, and there was a lot of batted balls, which could be attributed to his throwing motion. So there's definitely things that he could clean up too. But I honestly feel like there was more good than bad, and we just couldn't overcome the bad.
Well, I didn't say we're not a playoff team. I said I don't want to see us play in the playoffs like that. I'd rather not make the playoffs if we play like that.
Play calling was hot garbage again. There was no balance. We're, playing that whole game like we were down 30 points.
Yeah.
Only if we was home that game.
I think we do better on the road. What are we 1-3 at home?
Wow. Who could have predicted that?
I don't know, Fish. You should have made it a hot take or something like that.
I should have.
Or maybe you shouldn't have.
Y'all like me speaking up stuff because you're like, oh, well, the opposite's going to come true. Here I am being right.
So, Fish, you kind of said that you predicted this loss and you don't think it hurts us too much, but how much does a loss like this take away from the win that we just had against the Lions? Like,
Oh,
you erase
no,
it?
no.
No?
You can't. It does not take anything away from a divisional win. At the end of the day, we're 2-0 in the division. And that divisional record is what's going to let us catch up. We're going to keep beating teams in our division. We can go 5-1 in the division and win the division.
Possibly.
And I don't
possibly.
The only people that it takes the luster off of last week's win is the national media. And
that's fine. That's actually fine. But I can't help but to think if we do win that game against the Ravens, and now we beat the Lions and the Ravens, two teams coming into the season that were seen as Super Bowl contenders, how much it does going forward. So now it's like, okay, we beat the Lions, but now we just lost to the Ravens, so now we're 4-5. I don't know. It doesn't feel as great to me. What do you think, Cody?
Again, I thought we showed that we can contend with a contender in a game. We can play alongside of them. I'm not as, it doesn't take any away from what we did to the Lions week before, because that's another contending team that could go on and probably win a Super Bowl or even play in a Super Bowl, and we beat that team. Then they'll go up against Baltimore the next week, a team that could probably be playing in the Super Bowl. Like they're predicted to win their division, and they're not even they're like third in their division right now. So it doesn't take anything away from the Lions game. I thought we played very well against a contending team that could be playing in the Super Bowl. We just shot ourselves in the foot. Like the most disappointing thing in the whole game would be the false starts, and we'll get probably more into that when we come to running laps.
Definitely. Fish, were you able to come up with a catch in this one? What was the turning point?
Yeah, as disheartening as it was, the catch this week is going to be the Miles Price fumble, the one that was lost on his kickoff return in the third quarter. Here we are. They just scored another field goal. We're holding the Ravens to field goals. They took the lead 12-10. We're holding them to field goals, though. We're giving ourselves every opportunity to score touchdowns and win this game. And after they kick a field goal, go up 12-10, on the ensuing kickoff, Miles Price just tries to do a little bit too much. He just should have gone down. There's just no way he was going to bust that kind of tackle. He just tried to do a little too much. Maybe it's from the frustration of everything that he does getting called back for penalties. I don't know. And he fumbled the ball. And they went right in. They drove right in from a short field and scored a touchdown and went up 2 scores. And that was pretty much it. If we were one-dimensional before that, we were definitely one-dimensional after it.
I agree. I mean, I think there was a lot of pivotal plays in this game, but I think that was the biggest kind of gut punch where you felt like, oh, man, like, here it comes. Like, as a Viking fan, I think that's where you really felt like, damn, this game's about to turn.
Yeah.
So that's a good one, Fish.
Because it happened early.
It was in the third quarter. It's about damn near midway through it.
Mm-hmm.
But they had just taken the lead, right?
12-10, 4 field goals. I think in our group chat we were saying, "Yep, they're just kicking field goals." You know, we were still feeling kind of good, holding them to field goals. Defense doing their job. Cody might have said his bend don't break thing, but they're going to break eventually, and then fumble.
Kind of like that Falcons game.
Yeah.
Holding on to field goals.
But this time we were able to score. Progress.
That's what it
Progress. Remember that word. Progress. Remember that.
Forward progress.
Before we get into who we got running laps, I did want to give another shout out to Jalen Naylor, man. He's been making some big plays this season, you know, not really having big games, but making big plays. He had that catch last week against the Lions to seal the deal. But this week, he had a big game. 5 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown. That was a very nice play. He was looking good. Why did we trade for Thielen?
Yeah. Good question.
I would say I will say I like even though it doesn't look like a good trade on paper, I do like the emotion that Adam Thielen is showing on the field. Like you can see he was frustrated with the blocking call.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he was going on podcast today calling out the rest.
So
He
yeah,
got a little shack in him.
so even if he's not getting all the yards, we kind of really don't need him to. If he could just coach up, help JJ McCarthy, work on his timing and stuff, give him some pointers. That's all that matters. Yeah, it's a 4th round pick, but shit, what is our other 4th round picks doing?
Do you have any still on the team?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, man, we traded a 4th round.
Question.
At least he's actually providing some.
You do bring up a good point though, Shaq, because we don't know what he's doing off the field to maybe be a leader in the clubhouse, maybe helping out with JJ. So he might be doing something, but it's not what we expected from him. But it is good to see Jalen Naylor stepping up. However, Jalen Naylor is in a contract year. Do you think that this man's earned himself a contract somewhere else to be somebody's wide receiver too, or do you think we get to bring him back?
I think he's doing exactly what KJ Osborne did, except maybe just a little bit better.
So he'll sign that contract somewhere else and fizz out.
Yeah.
I don't even think KJ is on a roster right now.
Nope.
He still needs around 600 more yards or something like that.
What do you think, Cody? Do you think Jalen Naylor is going to be a wide receiver too somewhere?
Not a wide receiver two. I don't think he's a wide receiver two anywhere. I think he's just that middle of the road wide receiver 3 guy. I mean, the trust that he's gaining from JJ McCarthy, though, is something to look forward to in case we want to re-sign him back. We saw it, the trust that he had in him catching that game-winning first down to seal the game. He put it on a back shoulder, and he trusted Jalen Naylor to turn and grab that ball in the air. So, and then today, the week following, 5 catches for 124 yards. He trusted Jalen Naylor more than I thought he would have trusted Justin Jefferson after seeing Justin Jefferson take some plays off. So,
yeah, and a nice little teardrop pass from heaven in the first quarter.
Yeah,
that he brought in, and then the run after catch. The yak was great on that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Good effort.
Yak.
So, does anybody else from this game deserve a shout out before we get to these laps?
Say Aaron Jones,
Real Riker.
Yeah, Will Riker.
Aaron Jones played?
Yeah, well, yeah. When you saw him play, I thought he deserved a shout out.
I didn't even know he had a running back in playing.
That first drive, it was looking amazing.
It was looking amazing all up till every time we fall started, and then like, what the? Okay, we're done. I think it's Aaron.
I hear you guys. I hear you guys on Will Riker, but I don't ever want to shout that man out. I don't ever want to pump him up. I don't ever want to gas that guy because I feel like anytime we do something like that, so I'm just kind of like,
It's only his second year. Anytime we do something like that.
But last year we were pumping him up, and then he hurt himself, and then he came back. We got excited about him coming back, and then he started missing field goals. So yeah, and plus he's a kicker. Like he's already in that category of being a Vikings kicker.
Well,
it's not just what he's done; it's what the unit has done.
Well, we have been remarkably silent about him, and he's managed to have the misfortune of kicking 2 camera wires this year. So I don't know how much more we can do to him, Keith.
How about this?
Me and Robbie don't agree too often, but that's just.
How about
let's
this?
talk about the guy.
I'll give
that man work in silence.
I'll give Dallas Turner a shout out, even though he got the flag for that. I feel like that was a good pass rush and that was a legal sack. So I feel like Dallas Turner deserves some credit.
It was a nice sack, but I hate that. That's one of the worst rules of football. The two I hate the most is that landing on him, and I hate that you got to wait for the receiver to make a move before you hit him or whatever. Those are 2 things. It's like, how do you play football that way? It doesn't make sense. It's all because Aaron Rodgers' shoulder. We did that. They came back to bite us.
And I told Alex that rule is the Aaron Rodgers Anthony Barr hit.
Yep, 100% is. All right, well, when the Vikings win, we get about game balls. When the Vikings lose, we hand out laps. So this week, we're giving laps. And we have decided as a unit, we are going to give Kevin O'Connell a bunch of laps. That guy's not going to stop running until he goes and beats the Bears on Sunday, and we'll get more into that after this. But Shaq, who else you got running laps?
For me, it's Brian O'Neill. I honestly wanted to give the whole offense to run laps because ain't no way you're home. You are home. You get 8 false starts. Was the crowd too loud? Like, what is going on? You would think we're playing away, but we got 8 false starts and we always playing behind. I think Cody brought it up. Basically, you want to play ahead of the sticks. We was not playing ahead of the sticks. We was making it way harder than it needed to be. So for Brian O'Neill, he had 2 false starts. He knows the offense. He's one of the oldest offensive linemen on the team. He's been with Kevin O'Connell long enough to know basically the cadence. I don't know if it's the cadence messing them up, but Brian O'Neill, you're a veteran. You should know better. There's no reason you should have 2 false starts. 3. That's even worse.
That's even worse. Run a couple extra laps.
And then I know the Ravens fans are telling us they don't got no pass rush. So what are you doing? Who are you scared of?
Yeah, and there's excuses saying that the Ravens were barking out like calls and like messing with the cadence and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm not buying that, and I'm not buying that it's JJ's cadence. It's like 8 times. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
it. 8 is wild.
So I'm gonna give my laps to the man that Michael Fish just mentioned, and that's Miles Price. And this is another one that hurts me to do because been big on Miles Price since the preseason. I liked him as a wide receiver. I didn't even know he was going to end up being a kick returner, and that just ended up working out really well. And I like the way the guy returns kicks. I know you said, oh, he should have went down. I'm not mad that he struggles for yards and he works hard for it, and he's trying to make something happen every time he touches that ball. But if you're gonna do that, you do have to make sure you're securing that ball. And not only did he fumble on that one, he fumbled on the next one. That fortunately we got the ball back. On that one, again, he was, making a move. He did a spin. He spun right into his own guy and popped the ball out. So, I mean, kind of put that on a little bit on Batty for being in that position. But you coughed the ball up twice on 2 kick returns. And this was just after we were praising you last week, saying, this guy could be an all-pro kick returner or at least a Pro Bowl kick returner. And then, you go out there and do that. So I'm expecting to see him, make it up this week with a nice kick return or 2. But he'll be in shape because he is running laps for me right now.
Do you know who's not fumbling the ball? It's Canadian Wangwu.
I was about to say he had a touchdown, I think, last week.
Moved up 9th all time.
Did he?
Yep. 9th all time.
Gosh. I told you guys. I told you.
We should have listened to you.
I was like, watch, in a year or 2, they're going to change the kickoff, and it's going to benefit this guy. So we need to keep him around now because I know the kickoff is not important right now, but they're gonna find a way to make the kickoff matter. I think he's had 3. I think he's had 3 since we let him go.
Yep.
So. Just saying.
Next time
you got running laps, Fish.
Keith, I will put it on. I will etch it in stone, man.
No need.
All right, who do I have running laps? Unc, stay with me here. Justin Jefferson is running laps for me. It ain't because he had a bad game. It's not because he couldn't haul in that touchdown pass. It's not because he was trying to get maybe pass interference penalties instead of playing through and trying to catch the ball. It's not any of that. It's what happened after the balls were picked off. And he's entitled to have a bad game with regard to receptions or it's tripping, stumbling, that type of thing. It's not about the $35 million a year or whatever it is. It's about that C on his chest.
It's about what they represent.
He is not allowed to demonstrate that attitude, that body language out on the field after a ball is intercepted or a pass play doesn't go his way. Not ever, because he has that C on his chest. He doesn't get that luxury. He's the guy that has to stop people from acting that way. And now that he has acted that way, I'm a little concerned that, say, another wide receiver who has not demonstrated the most amount of maturity in his few years with this team might decide to start acting that way too. And if he, and I know Jefferson's going to correct himself, he will self, dial it in, get back to playing right. But if he tries to correct Addison, my worst fear is that Addison will say, well, if you do it, I can do it.
And
that's
talking about Ty Felton for a second.
And that's the concern. Well, no, Ty too young and stupid and still just trying to get on the field to act that way. But I'm just saying, if you've ever had that C on your chest, you don't ever get to do that. You don't get one game where you get to act like that. You never get that with that C on your chest.
I like it, Fish, and I like the reason for you having running laps. It wasn't because he made some bad plays. He's allowed to make some bad plays, and it's just a shame that there was a few of them in the same game. But we don't see that too often from him. But the body language, and we'll get into that a little bit more. But yeah, that definitely a good one to get some laps to. Cody, who you got?
So I mean, my laps isn't necessarily a bad running lap situation. It's just kind of the same boat with Fish. You're wearing a C on that shoulder. You are a team captain, and watching the 8 false starts, I get it. If it were 2 or 3 false starts, then I wouldn't put too much blame. But 8 false starts on your offensive line, and one of them being you yourself as the quarterback, as the ball didn't get snapped to you, as he was trying to motion, it goes to J.J. McCarthy be running laps. And it's nothing bad. It's just something in his developmental phase that he's going to have to learn. One of the biggest things to learn as a quarterback is knowing the play call, and then cadence for that offensive line. And the offensive line, it felt like they weren't used to seeing J.J. McCarthy on the field. I think what we saw in the Detroit game was kind of a easier cadence calls. And then when we saw against the Ravens, I think KOC amped up what the cadences were, and the team wasn't on the same page right there. And then you can even tell when J.J. McCarthy's the one that got called a false start up on too. So, I mean, it's nothing bad. I'm not even blaming the 2 interceptions on him for his running laps. That's not part of the laps. It's just you have a C on your chest. You got dudes playing half-ass over there. As the quarterback, the most important position in football, you need to reel those dudes in somehow. All right, they look to you as the leader. You're the man with the ball. And it's just, for me, it's J.J. McCarthy. And it's nothing that bad. It's something he will learn from.
I like the way you soften the blow on that one, Cody.
I tried my man, JJ.
I don't want to put that all on JJ because, like, the other players are veterans. Like, false starts was like, come on now. Even if
hey, how about this take? Remember a couple of years ago when we screwed up against, I think it was the Chargers, and Kirk Cousins said, well, the crowd was too loud. We couldn't get the play in right. The infamous Butterfingers TJ Hawkinson in the end zone. And now it's like, well, the crowd was too quiet. The crowd was too quiet. So now we had false starts because the crowd was too quiet.
No, it's not. It's not the crowd being quiet. I mean, I don't like how Kirk Cousins conducted himself at the end of that game. It's all everybody else's fault. The guy that stood on the podium on Sunday afternoon after the game said it was my fault. I need to clean up stuff.
Exactly. That's very true.
Yeah, I can't get over 8 flags at home. 8 false starts at home.
So we got Brian O'Neill, Miles Price, Justin Jefferson, J.J. McCarthy running laps. And as I said earlier, as a unit, we have KOC running laps. And it's a shame that I feel like we got to ask this after every game. But, Cody, what are your thoughts about KOC after this one?
Run the fucking football. I don't know what else to say. I've been saying it since 2022, since the dude became the coach. Run the ball. I'm sick and tired of seeing 11 carries in a game. I want to see those. I want to see 20 every game. That just run the ball. That's the only thing I got to say about KOC. I'm getting sick of it. I'm at the point to where I'm boiling over on the head coach. And if it doesn't change and he fails, J.J. McCarthy, what's the saying? Organizations fail. Quarterbacks don't fail. Well, you're kind of failing right now as an organization with J.J. McCarthy.
Agree. You got anything to add to that, Shaq?
Pretty much what Cody's saying, you got to run the ball, especially if you got a quarterback who's still trying to learn the offense. The 2 things a young quarterback needs to be successful is a good tight end and a run game. Those are the quarterback's best friends. Right now, we're not really helping him TJ Hawkinson, he's here and there, but the run game is here and there. Like, we need consistency on what you want JJ McCarthy to do, and then slowly expand on what you want him to do. Right now, I feel like you got him throwing way too many times. Just hand the ball off. Sean McVay, when he first became the coach of the Rams, even though he had Jared Goff, I think that was Jared Goff, third year when he got Sean McVay? He helped him by handing the ball off to Todd Gurley and then hitting them with the play action and then giving him easy throws. I think Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason was averaging more than 4 yards a carry. Cody likes running backs who average more than 3 yards. 4 yards is the cutoff. They was averaging more than 4 yards a carry, and we stopped handing the ball off. KOC, we get you want to be a passing coach, but the pass does not matter if you can't hand the ball off because your team is not that type of team where we could just throw every down. So it's been a problem since we had Dalvin Cook. You had us thinking Dalvin Cook was the problem. Yeah, he was old and kind of washed up, but we went through Alexander Madison. He was trash. Now we got Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones, two running backs who they're not on the end of their careers, but they're not elite, but they can still gain 4 or 5 yards. So I don't understand why you don't want to keep running the ball.
Shaq, they were not averaging 4 yards a carry. I don't know where you're getting this information. They were averaging almost 6.
That's more than 4.
Yeah, no. Like, it is baffling. We ran 61 plays in that game, and 48 of them were called passes. And J.J. McCarthy threw the ball 42 times. He took off like 5 times, and he got sacked once. But 48 out of 61 called passes, 13 called runs, and you're averaging 6 yards a carry. You're looking good every time you do it, but then it's like, yeah, but that's not helping the passing game look good. Like, no, man, the run sets up the pass.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you got to keep mixing it in. You don't just run a couple times like, all right, now we can pass to death. No, you got to make them be guessing on defense, and they're not guessing.
3rd and 1.
Let me go over some of these stats, and maybe some of you guys have already heard of these, but the Vikings have faced 3rd and 3 or less 25 times this season and have only converted 10 times. Of those 25 times, they have passed the ball 15 times. 15 of 25 3rd and shorts, we have passed the ball, and we have only netted 3 first downs, which is 20% worse than the NFL. Now, the other 10 times when we were 3rd and 3 or less, we had 10 rushing attempts, 7 first downs. 70% of the time, we got the first down. But KOC is determined to make the pass work. We are ranked 29th in first down conversions on 3rd or 4th and short. With JJ at quarterback, it's even worse. I'm going to be honest. 6 called runs, 5 of 6 converting first downs on 3rd and short. 14 called passes on 3rd and short with JJ McCarthy, 0 completions and 2 interceptions. That's wild.
Hey,
that's on KOC, that's on KOC, and that's on JJ. But KOC, are you not seeing the trend here that the run is working? Your quarterback needs help in these situations. It's not, he's not succeeding here. Throw him a freaking bone. Yes, JJ needs to be better in those situations, and JJ will be better in those situations, but it'd be nice if the defense didn't know that you were just going to pass every single time.
Maybe he just sees him as a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he's just not making the throws that he usually do in practice. Maybe JJ McCarthy always make these complete Hall of Fame throws in practice, but when it comes down to the game, he's not making those throws.
Shaq, no, you don't want to run the ball just for the sake of running the ball.
So KOC has faced a lot of criticism regarding those stats that I've read to you guys. And obviously he's hearing the noise because in his last press conference, he said, the last thing you want to do is run the ball for the sake of doing it just to get some things in a statistical column. Fish, what do you take from that quote?
I think he's trying to be the smartest person in the room. He needs to shut the hell up.
Damn.
A few years ago, a lot of people were saying Mike Zimmer, run, pass. and now we're yearning for it. Okay, guys, we have a false start. It's now 1st and 15. We're behind the sticks. Refresh my memory again, because I'm getting older. How many yards did we average per rush in that game?
Almost 6.
So let's call it 5.5. Well, 5.5 times 3 is 16.5 yards, and it's a first down off of 1st and 15. There's no reason. There has to be somebody. There's got to be somebody watching stats live in the game. That's got to be able to say to KOC, when we decide to hand that ball off, we're averaging 6 yards a clip. And it's not like there's this one 55-yarder that skewed the numbers where we're getting stuffed every other run. We were running the ball effectively. We were doing exactly what we needed to do. He needs this. He's got to swallow an immense amount of pride and adjust his game plan. This has been my take on KOC ever since year 2. The man does not know how to adjust his game plan to fit the strengths of his quarterback. He couldn't do it with Dobbs. All he had to do was just run the ball more with Dobbs and let him be an athlete, and he could have won us more games instead of trying to make him a pocket thrower. And now you got J.J. McCarthy, where we've been singing, run the ball, play action, go to his strengths, let him develop. And he's just like, nah, we're going to put him back in the gun and make him throw it 45 plus times.
I think there's definitely some arrogance and pride in there. And he's like, no, damn it, it's going to work. And like Rinaldi said, I know he's like kind of being facetious here, but he hopes he doubles down and passes 90% this week. I don't doubt that he at least passes as much as he did. I really don't. Like, no, I'll show them. It's going to work. So I don't doubt that we see that this week. A good buddy of mine, he came out and said he doesn't think it's the play calling. He thinks it's the execution of the play calling that is the problem. What do you think about that, Cody?
No, I think that's stupid in my opinion. We didn't run the ball not one time after a false start penalty. We dropped us 1 and 15. You get you have a 5-yard penalty. You got to reset the offense somehow. And the best way to reset the offense is handing the ball off, even at 1st and 15. We didn't run the ball not one single time after a flag. Like, you needed to reset your offense, right? And to do that is you get 3 yards off it. Okay, now it's 2nd and 12. Okay, now go for the pass because you just resetted your offense. I think the execution it's there. It's just the offense hasn't been resetted to the point to where we can do that for that execution. I thought it was rough. We run the ball down the field, handing the ball off, then penalty, 5 yards back. All right, now we're gonna throw the ball. It's like we're still on 2nd and 7. Like, we didn't even reset the whole offense at all after the penalty. So yeah, I don't think it's an execution issue. The execution's there. All right. I just think it's the play call that didn't get up to the execution. You need to reset your offense somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. No, I think it's the play calling. I mean, execution, because there's an incomplete pass or there's a turnover, that's a risk of a pass. Those things are going to happen. So, and you see how successful we've been with the run. Use it. It's that simple. If you start running a little bit more, then you can mix the passing. I don't mind occasionally surprising and going with that bomb on 3rd and short. I really don't. But that just can't be your MO. That's what you're always doing. That's supposed to be a surprise, an element of surprise. You take away the element of surprise when that's what you do more often than not. Like, I get the whole theory of taking that shot. Justin Jefferson, 1-on-1, 3rd and short. Let's go ahead and take our shot. Doesn't work, okay. We got to punt the ball. But to do it multiple times and to pass, double the times that you run the ball, it doesn't make sense to me.
Key, when we call it and we know KOC is going to go for a pass play on 3rd and 1, it's a problem because we're not in the film room studying the Vikings like the opponents are. We're saying it because, we watch the Vikings, and if we could call it as fans, I'm pretty sure other NFL teams know they're going to throw it.
Fish, I think you addressed this. Do you want to repeat yourself?
I mean, we average 6 yards a carry, almost. We could have run it 3 times.
Can you do the math for
that
him?
first
Can
time.
you break down the math again, please?
Well, calling it 5.5 yards a carry, just to be conservative. 3 times 5.5 would be 16.5 yards. That's another first down off of a 1st and 15. I'm just saying, I get it, David. I get it. We're behind the sticks, so we got to throw. But what I'm saying is that the stats of the game were we were averaging about 6 yards a carry. Somebody had to get into his ear and say, "Hey, man, let's."
So J.J. McCarthy, he was 20 of 42, 248 yards, 1 touchdown pass to 2 interceptions. He also had 5 carries for 48 yards. Dropped back 48 times. He only took the 1 sack. Again, he had been sacked 14 times in the past 3 games, and it could have been more than 1 sack. He got out of some pressure on his own and made plays. But what are your takes on QB1 in his 4th career start, Michael Fish?
He's still got a lot of growing to go. But I'll say this, we said it after the Detroit game, was that, he's still had a lot of growing to go. But if this is the launching point, then it's still a good place to be. Like you said in the aftercare, when people were kind of, saying this one throw, wait a minute, what about the one great throw and the one great throw and the one really good? So there's a lot of goodness there too. I'm not out on J.J. McCarthy, not by a damn sight.
Same. What about you, Shaq? What do you think about J.J. McCarthy in his 4th appearance?
I mean, he's a young quarterback who's trying to learn an advanced offense. And, like, Kevin O'Connell's not really doing him no justice by having him throw so much. So it's kind of like he went from an offense where, he didn't have to throw as much, and then it made it simpler for him because, I guess it would be, less reps, meaning he'd have more chances to, pick apart a defense versus having to throw every play, having to know all the positions on the field, what goes where, and coming off an injury. KOC is not doing him no justice by having him throw so much. Ease him into the offense. I know Cody don't want him to be baby, but it's kind of looking like if we don't help J.J. McCarthy, we're not going to have him for long because he's taking way too many hits.
What about you, Cody? What do you think
about
about
a hit? Real quick, speaking of taking a hit, in the first quarter, he got eaten alive on that first down throw to Justin Jefferson. He stood in there, took that hit, and delivered a perfect throw to JJ.
That face on.
Yeah, he's taking way too many hits.
So, Cody, what do you think about J.J. McCarthy in this game? I know you got him running laps, but the overall performance, what do you think?
Overall performance, I thought it was good. I mean, I like to see my quarterback early, his first year actually on the field, take his lumps early. I don't want to. The thing is about quarterbacks, they have good success. If they have really great success early on, right, then they kind of fall off after. If you look at like guys like Vince Young, rookie of the year, then completely fell off a cliff. Cam Newton, he had a solid 3-year run there in Carolina. MVP fell off a cliff afterwards. Tim Tebow, his first 2 years actually getting to see the field, AFC Championship, fell off a cliff. And then you're looking at with Bo Nix, had huge success his first year. He's the greatest mediocre quarterback in NFL history right now. He's not good at all. He has a defense that's sustaining him throughout, right? Then you can almost say, hey, well, what about Jaden Daniels now? After his huge rookie year, he wasn't playing not like he was supposed to be playing like everyone thought he was going to be to start this year, and then the injury. I'm not even saying the injury, but he wasn't even really showing up his second year. I'm looking at guys like Steve Young, who had terrible first years at quarterback, Troy Aikman, who else I'm looking at here, Terry Bradshaw, Josh Allen. Like, those guys are going to be Hall of Fame quarterbacks. They are Hall of Famers. They won Super Bowls. I want to see my quarterback take his lumps early. That way he can fucking learn from what he's going to do for our future.
I love it. Yeah. I think You know, the expectations were a little high going into this season just because of the team we put together, and it was, you know, JJ McCarthy just has to come in and drive this car, and unfortunately, it hasn't been that way. He's been asked to do a lot more than that. Being asked to throw the ball 42 times isn't just driving the car; that's building the damn car and driving the car. So I think he's been asked to do a little bit more, and in doing so, it's showing his rookie mistakes. He's doing stuff, you know, that he probably won't do again after, you know, he gets caught doing it. It's just like, you know, a kid. When they do something dumb, they fall, they get hurt. Oh, not going to do that again, are you? So, yeah, like you said, he's taking his lumps, and he's going to get better. And like Skol Shack's in there, if Darnold could do it, JJ can too. I just hope he could do it, you know, a little bit quicker. But that is the funny thing. You know, everyone who's clamoring for Darnold, go look and see what Darnold was in his first season. But yes, we want Sam Darnold. Like, you got to give these guys a chance to develop. You know, everybody wants a rookie quarterback to develop until they have a rookie quarterback to develop. You know, oftentimes these rookie quarterbacks, they get to develop with a team with no expectations. Unfortunately, and fortunately, this was a team with expectations that he has to try to learn with and win with. So he's put under different conditions, and he's put under a much bigger microscope. So I like what I saw from him, and I've talked to a lot of people, and I've said, you know, what I like is seeing the progression, seeing him get better at things, seeing him making throws that he wasn't able to make. And they're like, what progression? What progression? I'm like, did you watch the first two games? Like, even after the first two games, myself, I was kind of, oh, man, I'm actually kind of worried. But then seeing the last two games, I was like, okay, now I'm seeing stuff. He is making good throws. He is making good reads. Mistakes he made the week before, he's not making this week. He might make a different mistake, but he's not making the same mistakes. Mm-hmm. And like Rinaldi said in the comments, his passing accuracy went down, and you could see it like in the fourth quarter. Like, that's when the balls were selling, but that was after he had hit his hand on Donovan Jackson's helmet, and his pass percent went down was like 46%, went down to 34% after that. So, okay, another injury, sure. But, I mean, guys, you know, quarterbacks bang their hands in helmets all the time. That's not new to him. So he's taking his lumps, and people don't want to look at he is 2-0 in the division. Like, that means more than any stat you could throw up in here. Like, if you're not watching the games, then go ahead, go to the box score and form your opinion. Mm-hmm. But if you're actually watching the games, you should be encouraged.
He couldn't hit an out route to save his goddamn life in week 2, and now he's hitting out routes. Like, there is progression being shown. I think after week 2, I think he was 1 for 9, 2 interceptions, and 8 balls thrown at the toes of the wide receivers for out routes. And now you're out here seeing him actually sling it. You're seeing the progression. I just don't get the absolute hatred of a quarterback. And I think it's just a Minnesota thing.
I just think they're not used to seeing what it takes to go through with a young quarterback and having to develop them. And remember, I mean, we went through this with Teddy Bridgewater. But by the time Teddy Bridgewater got his injury, people loved him. But at first, they only loved him, the person. They didn't love what he was doing on the field at first. Kind of like here. I think a lot of people love J.J. McCarthy, the person, but they're not loving what he's doing on the field, which I actually think he's doing good on the field. That game in Atlanta, first 3 quarters against the Bears, concerning. Mm-hmm. Those were his first times touching the field. The last 2 games, I feel like we could win with this guy. And honestly, it's only going to get better. So stay tuned. That's all I can say about J.J. McCarthy. Stay tuned. Fish, you had Justin Jefferson running laps, you know, something definitely seemed off with him. It's not something that we're used to seeing. And obviously he heard those noises, just like KOC was been hearing his criticism, because he had came out and said, you know, I need to get back to F savage mode, get back to my 2023 self. You know, people ask, oh, what's wrong if it wasn't already there? And he said basically just life. How does that make you feel that maybe he feels like he hasn't been putting in his full effort this season? Like, maybe there's been something going on and telling himself that he needs to turn it on. Like, why hasn't it been on? Is that concerning at all?
No, I think he's a professional. Ultimately, JJ is a professional. Much in the way that McCarthy has to grow into this starting quarterback role, Jets now has to grow into the leadership role. If you'll remember his first couple of years, he was quiet. He didn't say much. He was being overshadowed by Thielen. And he really, he was just the best receiver in the league, but he was just doing it, behind the scenes. Like he was just a kid. Really, he was just a kid. But now he's an adult. He's a grown ass man. He's acting like it off the field. He's the face of the franchise. He's got that contract. He's in everything. He's just growing into it. So do I think he'll fix whatever was ailing him? Yes. What in life? It's hard for us plebes to imagine what in life could be affecting a man so much after he's making so much money, right? Because money does cure a lot of ills. So I don't know, but I feel like he's a professional. He's going to come out of it. And maybe this just might have been. Skol for Life says his mom's dealing with health issues. I can relate to that. And if that's the case, then he'll get it figured out.
Yeah, I hope so. And I haven't heard anything about his mom's issues, but I hope everything's all right. But he is a professional and he is out there, and I just hope that he is giving it his all. And I don't think it's been all season. Like this was a different JJ that like during the game we were talking about like something doesn't look right, but then it was funny seeing it going outside of just our conversation. Like I started seeing all over social media, everybody asking the question, "What's up with Justin Jefferson this game?" So definitely something weird. He heard it. He addressed it. Cody, on that flip side, do you think this negativity and it coming out in the public and people talking, do you think, maybe a beast just got woken up?
Oh, 100%. I think all the negativity that came, it was just a wake up. And I think he's going to wake up against Chicago, against that poor secondary that they have over there. I'm expecting a monster Detroit Lions like game we saw in 2023, 2024, that very first game of Justin Jefferson, to where everything was ran through Justin Jefferson. I'm expecting that. I'm expecting the Justin Jefferson smashing a DB after interception, just putting himself on the line out there to change this narrative of what's wrong with Justin Jefferson.
I agree. I think he's going to come out, firing 150 and 2. That sounds really doable, and I think they will do everything to get him involved early on. And I believe in it so much that I'm not going to lie. I have Justin Jefferson in a fantasy league. I actually offered Justin Jefferson to somebody in a trade because I'm hurting for running back, so I tried to get a running back and a receiver back. After I heard Justin Jefferson say this, I went and rescinded my trade offer.
Was that trade to me?
It wasn't to you.
Damn, I got a bunch of running backs. I got Travion. I got whoever you need.
That doesn't matter. The fact is, when I heard him say that, I was like, oh, no, I'm going to go ahead and pull this back. He's about to go off. So after that loss in the power rankings, ESPN has us at 20, down 2. Yahoo has us at 18, down 1. NFL.com has us at 20, which is where we were before. And Pro Football Talk has us at 20, down 2. So we got out of the 20s. We're back into the 20s. This back and forth stuff is like what I was talking about earlier. I don't like it. Currently, Vikings are 4-5, still in last place in the North. Not out of it yet, but the season is winding down, and we are on life support. Currently 2-0 in the division. Both of those wins being on the road, which so far to this point has been our saving grace. We have 4 more division games out of our last 8, and 3 of those are at home. We went 1-3 during our 4-game gauntlet, which was less than ideal after we went 3-2 to start the season, which we had hoped to go 4-0, 5-0, and then, if we went 1-3 during that gauntlet, it would have been okay. But it wasn't okay, and it's not okay. We got a quarterback who's young, improving, and developing, but don't know if he's going to be able to do that quick enough for us to go on a playoff run, and don't know if developing a quarterback and going on a playoff run go together. Just don't know if those are competing ideas or if they can work together. The defense is starting to play good physical football. I'm scared to say this, but I'm actually starting to get confident in our defense. Penalties. Penalties are hurting us. Disdain for our coaches are growing among our fan base. Right now, our offense ranks 21st in points and 24th in yards. We are second in penalties with 8.3 per game. 33 of our penalties are pre-snap, worse than the NFL. 17 special team penalties, worse than the NFL. So, all that being said, Shaq, what is your current state as a Minnesota Viking fan?
Current state is we having our growing pains. It's kind of to be expected with so much turnover. I know Cody probably know the number of how many new players we have during the roster this year, especially with a quarterback changing the signal caller. So it's just what we got to deal with. You know, everything's kind of too new. So eventually we're just hoping, I'm hoping, eventually it clicks for us. And then we continue where last year Minnesota Vikings left off.
What about you, Cody? What's your current state as a Minnesota Viking fan?
So as a fan, hey, we're gonna die if we're gonna ride or die. Like we're gonna watch this team. If it fails, we're gonna watch the team fail together. Quarterback fails, we're gonna watch this quarterback fail together. For the season, I'm still pretty optimistic on the season, even though we're 4-5. I thought we played very well against a Baltimore Ravens team that is a contender for a Super Bowl. We shot ourselves in the foot. 27 new players, Shaq, on this roster. That's the overhaul we have to go through, and it's starting to click together, but there are still some flaws with that, right? When it starts going, I just hope it's not too late in the year to where we can't rebound from it. I expect the Bears game is where we're going to see at least a 90% click rate, I would say, if that's even a word you can bring up into it, to where the roster starts meshing together, to where people are starting to understand J.J. McCarthy's cadences on the offensive line, towards the way, okay, we can use our run blocking strength now and start handing the ball off, feeding Justin Jefferson, those type of things. I'm still optimistic about still being, even though we're 4-5 last in the division, it's 2 games away.
Yeah, we're definitely still in it, but this is a big game. Got to have it. Michael Fish, what's your current state as a Minnesota Viking fan?
Dallas Turner will have 2 sacks and 5 tackles in the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be kind of sad when I ask you this question and that's not your answer.
But see, the thing is it's not going to come to that point. You'll have to wait till next season to ask it. It won't be my answer. We're 2-0 in the division. We're only 2 games out, just like Cody reiterated. Nobody is running away with this division. The 2 teams that are 1-2 in this division, well, no. The Packers and Lions suck, okay? Packers and Lions suck. They're overrated, and we are going to catch this division. We might be that 4th seed where we're like 10 wins, 4th seed, but we're going to the fucking Super Bowl, baby.
I'm writing down the timestamp just so when you go to the Super Bowl, I can clip this.
I hope so.
And if we go on to lose the rest of our games, I totally won't clip it and play it, Fish. Totally won't.
No, you got to clip it. You got to clip
I like it.
I hope so.
My state as a Viking fan, man, I don't know. I just don't know. Like I get up when they lose. I mean, up when they win, down when they lose. And so right now that kind of has me kind of even keel right now. I'm excited for J.J. McCarthy, but overall, I want to see this team succeed. I want to see us go to the playoffs. I don't want to just burn a season. But like I said earlier, I don't know if developing a quarterback and trying to make the playoffs go together or if they're competing ideas. And I'm just stuck on that because I want J.J. McCarthy to be our quarterback, and I want us to do what's necessary to get it done. Also, I want to make a run. I want to sweep this division, and I think that's possible. That is our, like you said earlier, that's our best way to get into the playoffs is to sweep our division. Let's go ahead and look at the schedule that we got coming up. Starts with the Bears, then we got the Packers, then we got the Sam Darnolds, the Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, Lions, and Packers. So if I'm thinking like Michael Fish, this is an easy schedule.
It's a lot easier than looking at the Detroit and the Packers and Bears remaining.
Say that again for the people in the back.
It's a lot easier than what the other 3 division opponents are going to be facing. They're just now hitting their gauntlets. I think Green Bay hit theirs last Thursday or Sunday night when they played Philly and they lost. So, like, we're out of our gauntlet. They still got to go through theirs.
What's your projection on this schedule, Fish?
6-2.
Who are we losing to?
I'm going to say Seattle in the last game in Green Bay, but it won't matter. We'll have their division.
Well, that one's going to be in Minnesota, so we probably will lose it. You're right.
Probably going to have another 8 false starts in that game.
What are you seeing here, Cody? If you ever predict this,
If I'm predicting this, I mean, my mind being realistic says 6-2 like Fish, but my Vikings hopes is saying 7-1. I think the only team that we lose 9 out of 10 times is the Seattle. Everyone else, I think you can flip a coin and that decide whether or not we're going to win. We have better odds at winning all the other games besides the Seattle game. And with that being said, I'm going to say 7-1.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I've done those little playoff machine generator things where you try to predict the winners of every single game, and it's probably going to take 6 or 7 wins. It might take 7 wins to make the playoffs. What? I'll go that damn game. Seattle, I'll go to Seattle.
Please go.
Shaq, that's why I start to question your loyalty. Like, I don't even know who you're going for this weekend.
What are you talking about? I want you to have a good time.
I don't know if you're going for, the Vikings are going for Caleb Williams this weekend. 7-1 is bold. Like, it really is. I don't know, man. I think I see like 5-3. And I just don't know if that gets it done. What do you see, Shaq?
Honestly, my gut is telling me 3. Unfortunately, it's like the way the Vikings are playing, there's no guarantee one I could say looking up and down the schedule that, yeah, that's the easy one. It's kind of like what Vikings team is going to show up week in and week out. And at this point, I don't know. Because we can honestly go 8-0, and we can honestly not win another game. So it's kind of like I don't know what Vikings team is showing up, but my gut's telling me 5-3.
Well, pop the schedule back up. People are saying we're smoking weed over here for 6 wins and 7 wins. We've shown we can beat the Bears with J.J. McCarthy. We've shown we can beat the Lions with J.J. McCarthy, right? The only unknowns is Green Bay, and they're not looking so hot. They're falling to bad teams. We can beat Dallas. Dallas is a bad team this year. Terrible defense. Washington without Jaden Daniels. New York is a fucking trash fire. Who else we got here? Seattle is the only hard team on this schedule that will beat us 9 out of 10 times. So I must be the greatest weed I've ever smoked in my life to figuring out that this ain't going to happen at 7-1 or 6-2.
Make sure you pass me that. I need some.
Don't be leaving Shaq out.
So this is the current playoff picture right now, and the Vikings are sitting in the 10th spot. Can't believe the 49ers aren't sitting in the playoff spot right now. I feel like every week I watch them, they've been winning, except for last week, of course. Green Bay, they've been falling, slipping, and sliding. And look at the Bears sitting there at the 6th seed. So right now, the NFC North has 3 teams representing playoff spots. And the best team in the NFC North is not one of them, Fish.
Yeah, Bears haven't beat anybody with a winning record yet. How are they good? Every time they play someone, they get smoked by 30.
So
like
we're going to go 7-1.
We're going to be the 4 seed, but we're going to win the division.
So we have 8 games left, and 4 of them are against teams that are currently in the playoffs.
And Tampa Bay's not looking that healthy.
Not worried about Tampa.
Yeah, where did Tampa come? Oh, for the playoff seedings.
I mean, playoff. We got to look at all the teams in the playoffs. There's 7 teams that make it. And then we're going to have to be competing for a wild card if we don't win the division, which...
I mean, we're only 1.5 games out of a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys.
1.5 and some help.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. And then these are the games that we got coming up in the North. Save your prediction for that top one, but who do you guys got winning this game? The Packers against the Giants. Who you got, Cody?
I got Packers, and it's the
Jameis
Giants.
Winston, baby.
Yeah, still Giants are a trash fire. Jameis Winston against that Green Bay defense, it's not going to be good.
Who you got, Shaq?
I want to say the Giants, but I don't see them being the Green Bay Packers. Not with the current roster they have put together. Maybe if they was healthy, but nah, I feel like Green Bay is going to try to prove a point that they want to go to the playoffs and they can't lose no more games, and they're going to show against the New York Giants, unfortunately.
Michael Fish, help me out here.
This is going to be the New York Giants, and they're going to dog walk the Packers. We're talking about Jameis Winston. We're talking about the only quarterback that I like more than Nick Mullins. This guy's going to throw for 400 yards, and he's going to throw for 3 touchdowns and 3 picks, and it's going to be an ass whooping.
I like
Magic
it.
is going to happen in the Meadowlands, baby.
I'm loving that, but I got the Packers too. But I could see it. A lot of people are saying that, not only is the Jameis Winston going to come in there firing, not caring, just throwing that ball around, slinging that thing, but you also have a team that just fired their coach, and a lot of times after a team fires their coach, that next game they play, they normally come out and they normally win. So there are some stuff going against the Packers, and Packers offense hasn't looked great. So, if the Giants can score 17 points, they might be able to win this thing. But somehow Jordan Love's a great quarterback.
It's Toyota-thon. Remember that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, damn, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And then this bottom game, which is the Sunday night game, we got the Lions and the Eagles. And I think I just saw that Laporta would be missing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Who do you got in that one, Fish?
34-13 Eagles.
Cody?
Oh, I'm firing up A.J. Brown on all fantasy formats for this one.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, whenever A.J. Brown starts running his mouth about
he's been running his mouth.
Oh, yeah, and he's running it very loud right now. I have Eagles dominating this by a 10-plus point win.
Shaq, why you got the Lions?
I wish I had the Lions.
No, you don't.
I feel like A.J. Brown, he has a good reason to be going off, even though they're winning. It's kind of like he gets paid to catch the ball, and if he's not getting the ball, it's kind of like people going to say, oh, why are we paying him, or what is he doing? So it's kind of like he knows his role with the offense, and he wants to be getting the ball because he sees it, and I believe he's a top 6, top 5 receiver in this league. With that being said, I see the Eagles winning in a shootout with the Lions.
I agree. So we should be able to get 2 losses in the division. Whoops, did I just spoil one? So it seems like most of us believe this team can still make a playoff push. But what do you think is more important, Cody? Going on a playoff run or developing J.J. McCarthy?
Developing J.J. McCarthy. I think that's the most important thing. You got a playoff run, or you got a playoff. You get to the playoffs, and let's say you bounce out. That's just 1 year. You got at least another 3 years with J.J. McCarthy developing, and then another probably 5 years after that, after you re-sign the kid, if he does develop. So it's the development of J.J. McCarthy.
You agree with that, Shaq?
I feel like going to the playoffs would help develop J.J. McCarthy because that extends the games amount he's playing. And the more games he plays, the better he should be in theory. So I feel like the Vikings need to make that push for the playoffs. In order to do that, KOC got to sit down and think. We don't need J.J. McCarthy to be throwing 40, 50 times a game for J.J. McCarthy to develop. We just need him to make every pass better than the last. Even if he only throw 15 to 20 times a game. As long as it's good quality throws, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Michael Fish, what do you think about KFC's ability to lead this team to the playoffs while developing J.J. McCarthy?
I don't know. I'm kind of sketchy on that, but I'm going back to preseason where everybody was saying this is one of the best rosters in the league. And I agree. And because of that, this team is built to go, drop him in place, just let him drive the car. We were trying to do the same plays that we were doing last year with Sam Darnold, all these deep throws, bomb passes, but we were really effective when we were just doing 7 to 10 yards down the field. And that's what we need to do with this kid. Just throw the ball 7 yards. Let your playmakers make a play after the catch. Keep the chains moving. And the defense has shown it's good enough to hold up for the most part. So all I can say is the roster is good. He can develop along as we go. This team makes the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy's development is separate.
So Tommy's got a question. He's asking, when is it okay to make a final decision on McCarthy? Please answer. Sincerely, the most loyal Let's Skol follower over the last 2 years. Tommy, we appreciate your loyalty.
Until
after fight Lucy about that loyalty thing, man.
Until after we got to resign him. I mean, that's when I would say that. I mean, you have him for fucking 5 years. Wait the 5 years. You know he's going to be developed if we resign him.
Well, it took Sam Darnold 6 years to be worth a damn, and now everybody wants Sam Darnold.
Wait. J.J. McCarthy's now on the Jets.
He's not on the Panthers. He's not on the 49ers. There's a lot of places that he's been that he's not.
Yeah, he's in a good organizations with a coach who's known to have good play calling for quarterbacks.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Is he though?
Yes.
Jaron Hall. Where's Jaron Hall? What's Jaron Hall doing?
We should never drafted him. That's what's crazy. We should never drafted Jaron Hall.
Josh Dobbs is still in this league, but he didn't do much with us after 2 games.
I mean, he hasn't done much in general.
I'm just planting the seed of the KOC. What has he done besides Sam Darnold? But Sam Darnold's playing well without KOC.
Yeah. He also helped Kirk Cousins have his best career games or best career seasons. He showed a quarterback to make a quarterback better at what they do. But he can't turn a mobile quarterback who can't throw into a quarterback.
So, I'm kind of with Cody on this one. I'm not going to say all the way, but I'm going to say whether or not they pick up his 5th year. So I guess after the 3rd season. So after next year, because they pick up that 5th year before the 4th season, right? So you make the decision. So there you go, Tommy. Give him the rest of this season and give him a full season next year.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of does suck though for McCarthy because that means he's got a lot more pressure from missing that first year to develop a little bit faster.
I'm actually confident that he'll be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good thing he meditates.
So the injury report came out for the Vikings. Ryan Kelly looks like he's going to be trying to come back, actually. They opened up his 20-day window. He was out there with the Guardian cap on. He might be the first offensive lineman to wear one in the game because it seems like he will be suiting up for us at some point. Are you guys surprised about that? And also, Randall's been playing, pretty decent. Do you think that Kelly's return is going to be a big boost for us? Or do you think that maybe that could kind of get in the way because McCarthy's been working with Brandel and now you're going to throw Ryan Kelly in there? What do you think, Cody?
I want to see Kelly in just because of watching last week's game with the 8 false starts. I think a lot of it with the cadence going on the ball not being snapped, people are moving because they're expecting the ball to be snapped. I think Kelly working in a whole offseason, understanding J.J. McCarthy's cadence calls, I think Kelly helps in that sense of term. But yeah, Brandel's been playing very well. I'd like to see maybe bringing in Brandel in on a run play, possibly if you're going to switch him out, Kelly, and putting him off as a swing tackle or bringing that 6-man in so he's eligible to play on the field. But it does suck watching how Brandel has grown from never playing the position, playing it very, very bad the first time he goes in, and then gradually developing as a not bad center. So it's like a toss-up for me, but I want to see Kelly in the game. I want to see what we paid for.
What do you think, Fish? Do you think he should even be trying to play? And if he does, do you think it's a boost for us? Or do you think it could be a hindrance to JJ McCarthy?
How many games has he missed this year?
All of them. I think he's been there for 2.
The first 2 games for
two and a half.
yeah.
So the under 12 call hit. So okay, come on and play. I don't care if you're drinking from a straw at the end of the season, and you can't eat solid foods and you got a cork on the end of your fork and you can't speak a full sentence. Just come on. Let's play football, dude.
I agree. So he won't be playing this week, that's for sure. And also Jonathan Grenard will not be playing. But I think I
remember, sorry, Keith, I think I remember saying I'll be okay with it so long as he's back for the second part of the season when we do our playoff push. If we don't get as much as 12 games from him, but it happens in the beginning of the season and he's playing at this in the end of the season and we make our playoff push. So Fishstradamus coming on.
So he'll be out and Jonathan Grenard will be out, unfortunately. But it does sound like we avoided a disaster with Grenard because when he first got hurt and was laying there and walking off the field, it looked like, oh, man, maybe even the season for him, but at least extended time. It sounds like, might just miss this game, which is a damn shame because we really are going to need him to almost sack Caleb Williams.
It's just a tweak.
Besides that, it seems like everybody else should be a go. Aaron Jones, he was a full. Van Ginkel was full after being a limited, so that was kind of worrisome. He was limited with his neck, but he was full participant today. Everybody else looks good to go, so that's good. Good news. We need everybody against the Bears, who is up next. But before that, Cody, you got a call for us?
Yeah, I got to call it. The over-under is at 48.5 points. I think this is definitely going to hit the over, and I think it's going to be an overtime. I think we're due for an overtime game as a Minnesota Viking fan, as a team. I think when we played the Bears, it's always been close. I mean, it's either one team is marching the field to score the game winner or to go up by that touchdown. Or it's a team that's trying to go down the field to score and they fail at the end. That's been the past 3 games now, right? We saw it week 1 with JJ McCarthy with the rushing touchdown to seal that game. Last year's game, Caleb Williams was marching the field, and then a stupid timeout from Dummerflus came out. And then the week before that was a really good game that came down to the wire. I think this is going to be our first game that hits into overtime. And it's definitely going to be the over. I got it going over 55 points.
55?
Mm-hmm.
That's a high-scoring game, but I could see it. But that means that our physical defense went away. All right, so we got the Bears coming into our home. The Bears are coming off a win against the Giants. They have won 6 of their last 7 games, so they're kind of hot. You guys have pointed out it's been against lesser opponents, but you've also always told me a win is a win, and that's what they've been doing. These 2 teams last played in week 1, where the Vikings had a thrilling comeback at Soldier Field. Bears are in a good spot to make a playoff run. They kind of control their own destiny right now. Vikings are very desperate to get this win, to be in that playoff hunt. Vikings lead the all-time series, 69, 58, and 2. Something that kind of surprised me when I look back at that, Vikings have won 8 of the last 9 games against the Bears. So I don't remember it going down like that, but that's how it's gone down. And for our trivia, I only got 2 for you, and these ones should be, pretty easy. I say that because I know the answers. First question, what player started in the Super Bowl for the Chicago Bears and started in the NFC Championship for the Minnesota Vikings?
Bernard Berrian.
Boom! Shaq got it. Woo! That was a good one. What two Viking Hall of Famers played for the Bears after their Vikings career?
Jaron Allen and Alan Page.
Boom! Cody got it. You guys are on fire.
We showed up.
Didn't even give me a chance, man. Woo!
Bitch is like, oh man.
You're like, he ain't getting that Jim Harbaugh bullshit on us again.
Nah. Try to take advantage of me and Cody's youth.
Yeah.
And now
Keith
it's time
was
to
like,
do a
look,
little.
we got to make Fish look stupid. Here's the answers, fellas. Just spit them right out.
Yeah.
Now it's time to do a little bit of Skol with the enemy. We'll bring back a familiar face with Coach Steve. What's up, Coach?
What's
What
up,
up?
guys?
Coach.
How's it going?
We're doing
Pretty
well.
good. Let's go.
Hey, can't beat it.
Coach was here
two-
with you guys last year, the first game against the Bears when I was out. So he's returning.
Yeah, I got a 2-month-old at home, so I'm tired.
You're tired. I'm like, but you got to stay up. You got to stay up late for me because I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah.
you-
It's fine.
You and JJ McCarthy are on that same time frame.
Yeah, but I think I'm older than him, so it's worse.
Yeah. And we got Rick from the Bears Brothers. What's up, Rick?
Hey, fellas.
What's going on?
So,
Cool, buddy.
Rick, why don't you tell us your background as a Bears fan?
I've lived in Chicago since I was a kid. I was around 7 years old when the Bears won the Super Bowl in '85. I've been wearing my Tommy Waddle jersey from the '90s. I've heard you guys talking about how old you were. I might be the oldest guy in this thing now at 47. So I'm ready to go. I've been around the block and big Bears fan.
And remind us your story, Steve.
I grew up in Central Illinois, so you were kind of chosen to be a Bears fan at birth because you're in Illinois, so you're a Bears fan. I now live in the suburb. Well, I don't know if it's suburbs anymore. I moved out farther west from Chicago, but the Chicago Bears fan. Sadly, I guess my son is now a Bears fan. Unfortunately, I keep telling him every Sunday, we'll see what happens, but he is. But yeah, and then on the podcast, I have a co-host, Zach. We talk about the Bears when we can. He was going to come on tonight, but he works a real big boy job in third shift. So, but yeah, Bears fan since birth, and lost all my hair from it. It's not cut, just gone.
Just gone. That's an NFC North thing, I think.
Yeah.
I got it going on too. That's why I went to the hat. And so did Rick. Well, Rick's got a nice head of hair, though, actually.
Good.
So, Rick, what is your opinion on the 2025 Vikings?
Man, they're kind of like a better version of the 2025 Panthers. Each week, you're like, is this team going to blow out beat the Packers in Lambeau, or are they going to get their asses handed to by the Falcons or something? That's what they're fun to watch in a way, but in a way you're just confounded by them.
Same question, Steve. What are your thoughts on the 2025 Vikings?
You guys are a completely questionable team compared to last year. Like last year came out of nowhere and was like, oh my gosh, look at them winning all these games. This year you can't get a read on them. Like week 1, come down, beat the Bears, that drive, then an Atlanta game, and then it's, hey, you beat Detroit later on, but then you lost. Like it's so weird. What a weird team, because there's talent on the team. You have a tough defense. It just looks completely different than what it did last year. Each week, it's so hard to get a read on them. And in NFC North, it's you can't afford to do that. But yeah, they're a good team. It's just, when do they want to be good?
Mm-hmm. I
That's
think
a
that pretty
great
much nails
question.
it. So, Cody, what's your opinion on the 2025 Bears?
So I said in the offseason that the Bears this year were going to be an ascending team. I thought they were going to be somewhat of an ascending team last year, but then the Hail Mary happened and they kind of fell apart. But you could see the growth from one Caleb Williams and the proficiency he is as a quarterback. And I think that's the best pairing in the league right now, is a young Caleb Williams with a Ben Johnson head coach. I think Ben Johnson's bringing everything out of Caleb Williams, and he's not like Eberflus, to where if Caleb Williams makes a mistake, it's not really reprimanded. Unlike Ben Johnson against the Ravens game, when Caleb Williams was making mistakes, Ben Johnson reprimanded that ass right? And I think it's a great pairing that they got over there. And I see Caleb Williams showing out like the generational talent he is supposed to be with Ben Johnson. So this year they're ascending Bears team, like I said, in the offseason. They're going to give the NFC North a run for their money for the next 10 years, I think.
Very diplomatic answer, Cody. Not expecting it. Michael Fish, what is your opinion on the 2025 Bears?
Second best team in the division. In the preseason, I saw what they did in the offseason, and I said they're going to be the biggest threat to us. I know to you Bears guys, this must sound crazy coming from a 4-5 fan, but the fact of the matter is we're 2-0 in the division. Looking to go 5-1 in the division after the season's over, win the division, be in the playoffs as the 4 seed. But no, I mean, seriously, you guys are the biggest threat in the division to us. I don't believe in the Packers and Lions at all. But you guys are coming on.
Shaq?
My opinion of the Bears are basically they did the right thing hiring Ben Johnson, an offensive coordinator who could help get their rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, on the right path to becoming, an elite quarterback. I feel like he just, needs to get that run game going better. And then y'all already got the receivers. Y'all just got to basically elongate that scheme. Give him more options to, he don't have to always win the games for you guys. And which Ben Johnson is doing, making sure he knows when to hand the ball off and then when to just rely on the defense to keep the game within playing reasons. So I'm hoping, y'all don't become better than the Vikings, but at least better than Detroit and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's making DeAndre Swift a viable running back.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen that in his whole career. So,
and don't forget about Kyle Monungai.
Yeah, Monungai. Who?
Rutgers.
Yeah, that guy, making him a viable running back. Ben Johnson's a goat, dude.
I saw you guys do some trivia before I came on. Do you want to hear some trivia about Kai Monungai? He went all these years in Rutgers and never fumbled.
Well,
so he fumbled for the Bears?
What's that?
Has he fumbled in the NFL?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Sunday,
Yeah.
though.
Just
Sounds like the type of thing.
So, Steve, they were talking about Ben Johnson, your coach. I know you were really down on your coach last year when we talked, and you guys finally fired a coach mid-season. How are you feeling about the new guy?
It is so amazing to have a coach that knows what he's doing instead of watching Eberflus and what he did. Ben Johnson brings that type of, you're going to do your job whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you can leave. And that type of attitude. There was reports in the summer about, I can't believe this is how you guys practiced. Like, I can't believe this is what you were allowed to do. And he put his foot down. I think he says about Cole Kmet, stop podcasting and worrying about football. Like, he's that type of person. Mm-hmm. And you see him on the sideline, like, they score and he goes, this is what we're supposed to do. This isn't like we're going to celebrate everything. This is what you're supposed to do. So it's been amazing. I was more worried about him being a head coach and calling plays because that's very tough to do. But he lets his assistant coaches also do their thing. Like when the teams come off, you don't see him run to them. He's telling them, do your job. This is why you're here. And he learned that from Dan Campbell. Like, hey, do your job, do your job, do your job. So it's been just a complete shift. And there's been some bumps in the road this year, which were going to happen. New offense, new defense. But Ben Johnson is killing it right now. He's still learning how to be a head coach in certain situations, but it's way better than watching Eberflus try to learn how to be a head coach and from his first year to his last year. So Ben Johnson's killing it right now.
Does Ben Johnson call plays?
He does. He in the NFL, they hire like OCs and they install the offense during the week while he's doing other things. Then he kind of puts his face into practice, but he calls them during they have to install everything, get everything on the same page, and he calls them. So he is calling plays, and I was worried about that, but he seems to be handling it. He goes, hey, Dennis Allen, you used to be a head coach. You do your thing on defense. I trust it. I'm going to do my thing over here. And so far it's working. They're starting to click a little bit. There's pieces there. They're not quite there yet, which I know we'll get to later, but it's getting there.
What about you, Rick? You loving Ben Johnson?
I love the energy he brings too, man. It's been a while since we've had a Bears coach that's brought a fun energy and a wanting to win. Winning being the most important thing. I also like that we make these things called halftime adjustments, which I don't think our team's done since the 90s. It's been amazing to watch them do that sometimes too, to come out and have something different. Have something different in each game. It's almost like watching the old Patriots with Belichick. Each game they're coming in with a slightly different attack, what they're going to do to face this defense, not just what they're going to do every time they come out and play. So that's been fun to watch too.
So I got to ask you guys this because we both drafted a quarterback last year. You guys took Caleb Williams. Obviously, we took J.J. McCarthy. You guys got to see Caleb Williams go through his full rookie season. We didn't. So right now, we're kind of getting that experience, and we're only 4 games in with J.J. McCarthy. What advice would you guys give to Vikings fans dealing with the first-year starting quarterback?
It's patience, I guess. And then are you seeing growth? Are you seeing improvements? But it also sucks because it's not on the fans. It's on the coaches, right? Like, are they doing things that help him be successful? I said it with Justin Fields when the Bears had him. Why are they doing X, Y, and Z? He's a quick game RPO type of quarterback. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Caleb Williams is more of a pocket passer. He'll run when he needs to. But what are you doing to make him comfortable? What are you doing here? So, like with J.J. McCarthy, it's be patient and see what he's doing and see if there's growth, right? This is technically his rookie year. Now next year, is he doing the same type of things or is he getting better? And if it's the same, he's not the guy. If he's getting better, he might be the guy. But it is frustrating, but you just have to sit back and wait and watch.
What have you noticed about Caleb Williams in year 2, Rick?
I've noticed that he stays in the pocket a lot longer than he used to. I mean, he's still running around out there because some of the offensive line problems are still there from last season to this season. But I noticed that he'll stick around a little longer. He's looking downfield a lot more, even when he's under pressure. He's handling the pressure better. He's getting rid of the football, just throwing it away sometimes. I mean, how many of those sacks he took last year because he just wouldn't throw the ball when you have a chance outside the pocket to throw it out of bounds? So I think those things I've seen really, really improve, and that's been good.
So made some mistakes last year, but learned from them.
I think so, and I think he's still making mistakes this year and learning from them. I think as he's learning the Ben Johnson offense, I remember in week 1 when we played you guys, there were a couple times where they're talking about like, oh, there's a Dunze on the post and he's wide open and he didn't see him. And I think he's seeing those plays, not every time, but he's seeing them more than he was in week 1.
Speaking of week 1, what would you guys say is the biggest difference between the Bears in week 1 and the Bears right now?
I'll start and say that I think the offensive line's better. I think in week 1, there were 3 dudes in the middle who were all starting together the first time. I didn't play a lot of football as a kid, but when I did, it was an offensive lineman. And part of that job is not only knowing how to be a good offensive lineman, but knowing how to be a good offensive lineman with the people around you. And when you got 3 new guys in the middle, you guys were in Caleb Williams' face right at the gut a lot in that game. And I don't think that that's going to be as easy to do this game.
I agree because I've been coaching high school football for 16 years, and people talk about the quarterback and receiver have to be on the same page. And, I was at the OC this year. I said everything's built around the O-line. They have to learn how to play together. If they can't do it, and like you hit the nail on the head, they have to gel. So I think the O-line's better. The run game is better for the Bears. They have finally figured out a run game. And DeAndre Swift was like one of the biggest disappointments last year. I was like, we're paying this dude all this money, and he cannot run up the middle. He put on some muscle. He is running harder now. That bye week, Ben Johnson put his foot down and said, we have to run the football. I also think defense is starting to find takeaways. I know they're giving up points and yards, but they're figuring out takeaways now. We're still missing some pieces there, but the schemes are getting us where they need to be. So I think those are the 2 biggest differences. And that run game helps Caleb Williams out a lot better. You see more play action. You see him getting rid of the ball quicker out of those situations. So I think that's the biggest difference. And they're just used to it now. That for week 1, it's Ben Johnson's offense. You got to learn it. It's Dennis Allen's defense. You got to learn it. And right now, I think they're all starting to figure out what the coaches are going to do before they even do it.
What's that sound like, Cody? They got a run game going. Their offensive line's getting better. Caleb Williams is playing a little bit better. How does that make you feel, about our defense against that?
I still like our defense against that. I mean, I watched them play the Lions and the Ravens, and they have a pretty solid defense over there. Watching them play the other teams, they're kind of shaky on defenses. But I do like how Ben Johnson attacks Brian Flores' defense. I think he is the one kryptonite for Brian Flores, and he's always has been. Brian Flores got back at him week 1, but Ben Johnson knows how to beat our defense. He's been playing it for the past 6 years now, so he understands. And it is kind of concerning that Ben Johnson has his 2 running backs now, like he did in Detroit, and he's gonna run them guys down our throats. And we're not a really good run defending team.
Fish, do you think the Bears are playing the same Vikings they played in Week 1, or is this a different Vikings team?
Oh, we're by far a different Vikings team. Our offensive line wasn't gelling in Week 1. Our offensive line was atrocious in Week 2. Our defense, we're an every other week defense, right, guys? Monangai and Swift, they might total 75 yards on the ground in this game, because we gave up yards last week. I think it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a hard game. It's going to be in no way, shape, or form do I predict a runaway from us whatsoever. I just think that you're going to get a lot of what you saw in the fourth quarter of Week 1, and we're going to get a lot of better play from you guys. This is going to be a great game, guys.
I think that they're going to see a better J.J. McCarthy. Like Steve was saying, are you guys seeing progression from him? Yes, we are. Will he turn the ball over? Yes, he probably will. But I think he's also going to make more plays, and he's not going to wait till the fourth quarter to do it. We do have a good running game going with our offensive line being pretty healthy now. It's just a matter of will our coach, employ it or not. Last time, Caleb was very elusive, getting away from our defenders and making plays. I'm not saying that we're going to sack Caleb Williams a bunch of times, but I think the pressure is going to get there faster, and it's going to force some bad decisions from Caleb Williams. And I think that's going to be the biggest difference in this game, is our defense actually getting to him and making him make bad decisions. Last time, he was making throws on the run. He was able to see the wide receivers or able just to take off himself. I don't think that we're going to see that this game. I think the biggest difference is our defense is playing physical and getting to the quarterback right now, and a lot of that has to do with Van Ginkel being back. Now, I haven't seen this defense with Van Ginkel in and Gernard out, so that's a little bit worrisome. But Van Ginkel in there, he is a catalyst, so I do think you're going to see a tougher defense this game. Would you agree, Shaq?
I'm gonna go back to what Cody has said after Week 1. Well, we're not gonna see many quarterbacks like Caleb Williams, who's elusive in the pocket. And the non-elusive quarterbacks, we were still missing them sacks. Well, at least Grenard was missing his sacks. So it's kind of like, I don't know if we really improve on finishing, getting to the quarterback and actually getting the quarterback on the ground. Yeah, we could get the pressures, but at the end of the day, if the quarterback could make plays while under pressure, then that's basically a waste of a pressure. So, yeah. But with Van Ginkel healthy, and we only missing Grenard, I do have a little bit of confidence in our defense. We got more repetition and continuity on the defense, so hopefully we could continue to, where we left off against the Ravens game, holding their run game down and making Caleb Williams have to beat us.
Yeah. And like you said, we've been getting to the quarterback and then not necessarily sacking him, and that's why I said we're going to make Caleb Williams make some bad decisions, because I'd be surprised if we sack him more than twice in this game. But I do think we're going to pressure him. And if we can pressure him into interceptions, then, hey, that's better than a sack. So, Rick, what is the vibe among Bears fans right now heading into this game against the Vikings?
Cautiously optimistic. I think that it's a big game. And it's been a while since we've looked around and said, hey, this is a must-win if you want to be in the playoffs. Because we haven't been anywhere near it in years. So I think fans are excited, but they're cautious because they didn't think we'd be in this position. And I'm trying to just enjoy it. I mean, the last time the Bears were talking about the playoffs in November was 2018. They kind of backed in 2020. No one really cared, so I kind of throw that out the window. But this is exciting, and it's fun, and I hope that they are as excited and looking forward to it, and I hope it doesn't give them the jitters, I hope it doesn't give them the yips. I think it's going to feel like a playoff game. I feel like it's going to feel that intense in the stadium. And, I hope they pull it out. I think they can. I think it's a winnable game. So I'm excited for it.
What about you, Steve? The Bears fans that you're around and talk to, what is the vibe going into this game?
There's two vibes. We're cautiously optimistic because we are the Bears. When's the other shoe going to drop? We've been dealing with this for years. Some fans, they're not happy because, and I wasn't happy with the Giants' performance. Like I was sitting there going, the Bears are going to bear this up. Like the whole thing. I was like, this is going to happen. We're going to lose to the Giants. You know, I liked Dart. With him going out, that changed it all. And then we just started, have a little bit of momentum. So that scares me a little bit when you go against a Vikings defense that's not the Giants, when you have an offense that's not the Giants. How are they going to handle that? But the Bears are now a team that don't quit. Like no matter what's happening, they're still going to go play, which is way different. So we're excited. We're just trying to enjoy it. Like, wait a minute, we're actually like 6-3 or whatever. Like this is awesome. We haven't done this in a long time. And, I don't care who we've played. A win's a win in the NFL. You got to take it. But there's some Bears fans that have the expectation of Super Bowl, which I'm not. I'm like, hold on a second. We got to build up to that. They want to win now. But so we're cautiously optimistic. But like everybody has said, every time the Bears-Vikings play, it's a bruised battle, which is what it's supposed to be in the NFC North. So this is going to be a hard-hitting, close game, no matter whoever wins. And that's what we're expecting. And so we're just seeing if we can take the next step because we got to get through the Lions, the Vikings, and the Packers in order to make a statement. Like all three, can we do it? Because we have not won a division game yet. So that's another reason why we're like, ooh, okay, let's see what happens.
So a little bit just happy to be here right now, but you're not hearing like much, overconfident talk going into this game that, we're going to go in there and take this one from the Vikings.
No, people predicting we're going to win, but I don't think anyone's predicting we're going to blow them out of the water. It's not even going to be a competition. I'm not hearing that at all from anybody.
No, you're hearing close game.
How do you guys feel being underdogs to a 4-5 team? I mean, you guys haven't beaten a division opponent yet, and you haven't beaten anybody above 500 at a 6-3 record. How do you feel about your team being the underdogs against a 4-5 Minnesota Vikings team?
I mean,
usually Vegas gives 3 points to the home team, and it's only 2.5 last I saw. So I feel like it's kind of almost being a toss-up rather than being an underdog within the game. And also, division games are division games. They're just weird. I mean, look, the Dolphins beat the shit out of the Bills that's last week. So anything can happen with division games.
Right, and being on the road too, like it just adds to it. You guys know that's a tough place to play. It can get really loud. It's a rookie head coach. It's your sophomore quarterback. You got this whole being an underdog's fine. If it was 14.5, it'd be a little different. But like you said, if you compare schedules, that's what they go by. But the Bears are right now in the process of learning how to win. That's where they are right now. Can you learn how to win and continue it? So Vikings know how to win. So that's why we're underdogs. They know how to. Last year, my God, blew everybody. That was a shocker. They know how to win games. So Bears being underdog, I don't think anybody cares. They're just like, just be competitive, and then we build off of that.
So what would a win mean to the Bears?
It would mean they're actual contenders for a playoff spot. I mean, one more division win, one more win in the NFC. I mean, what do you got to win in this league? Usually 10 games to almost guarantee yourself a spot, so they'd only be a few games away from that. They got one more winnable game against the Browns, and then it's really tough. They could come down to that final game against Detroit, and if Detroit's locked everything up, they might not even play everybody if they've already got their seating set or wherever they're going to be. So
they're not going to lock everything up.
Well, no, not lock up. They might lock up where they're going to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Not lock up like first seed or lock up the division. They might be third seed, and that's all they're going to be able to do. So do they set everyone because of that? Who knows? So anything weird can happen. And if you've got 7 wins, you're that close to making yourself a playoff team.
Well, Dan Campbell is not the type to sit people no matter what. And I'm just going to say this to you. Barring any substantial injury, you're going to beat him anyway.
I don't know. They kicked our butts. And Dan Campbell calling plays now? Forget about it. We're going to see what happens.
You weren't a good team then. You're a good team now.
Well, we'll be in Chicago too in January, so that might make a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Same question, Cody. What does a win mean for the Vikings this weekend?
A win means to the Vikings is they're probably be the second best team in the division at 3-0. Right. I still have the Lions above us for some reason, just because I watched what the Lions did to the Bears. I watched how close our game was to the Lions, even though we did beat them. There was some mistakes that I think they will clean up going forward. And it's big for our playoff chances because division wins mean more than any other wins in the National Football League. And we're kind of a trending team of win one, lose one, win one, lose one. We coming off of a loss. We might add this up to 5-5. We're out of our gauntlet too. So just to see us win games outside of our gauntlet, the toughest part of our schedule, it makes the world, right, to the Minnesota Vikings. If we win, then optimism for a playoff spot rises tremendously. I think you'll see it also if we do beat the Bears. Our playoff chances go from whatever that 19% is to it jumps up to a good 30% chance or a 40% chance of making the playoffs.
What do you think a win does for us, Shaq, and going 3-0 in the division?
I feel like continuing what Cody was saying, it helps our odds of going to the playoffs. And at the end of the day, the goal should always still be to go to the playoffs, at least to get JJ McCarthy playoff experience early in his career. So, it's just like, I think I was watching a podcast of basketball. It's like, if you kind of get used to that winning culture, then then the players and the fans are used to that winning mindset. But if we just start losing games, hoping, win a game here and there, then we kind of don't have expectations. So I want us to, win this game, get to the playoffs. And even if we don't do nothing in the playoffs, at least get JJ McCarthy playoff experience early. So a win against the Bears gives us that step closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, it kind of feels like this is a benchmark game for both of us. Like, are we going to be a playoff team or is it just another 500 type season? What do you guys think about when people kind of critique your guys' wins? You guys are 6-3, you've won 6 your last 7. But like Cody mentioned, it hasn't been against a 500 team and kind of been some struggles against, lesser teams pulling off those victories. Does that matter?
I mean, we were the team last year that people came in and said, good, we got to win against the Bears and they're a bad team. Let's move on. So it's kind of fun to not be that team this year, not be the punching bag of the league that everyone else goes, well, there's another bye week. We got the Bears next week. So, if you're beating up on all the bad teams, it means you're better than the bad teams, which I'll take that every day,
But are you beating up bad teams? That's the question.
By scoring more points than them.
Like winning by 5, winning by 1, winning by 4.
Blowout.
In college.
But yeah, I mean, we lost a lot of those games last year. There's so many times where Caleb Williams drove down the field and what could have been a game-winning touchdown or game-winning field goal, and then they give it up in the last 2 minutes or last minute to the other team. Yeah. So when you turn that around,
that Steve's a win's a win guy.
Yeah.
That's what we said last year. Win's a win.
I don't say that. I don't say that.
Yeah. I'm on both sides of it.
And in the playoffs, if you win a game 9-3, you go to the next round. Like a win is a win.
Well, that's what Bears fans are saying right now is we were that team, right? Like the teams beat us and we were the bad team. So for once, we're not one of the worst teams in the NFL. That's kind of where we sit. And and I understand it. So the Bears about to go through their gauntlet with you guys, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Green Bay. This is where we actually see where the Bears are. Yeah. And if they win a couple of those, then we have a completely different conversation. But again, against these worser teams, it's learning how to win and then feeling that and then saying, okay, can you take it to the next level? So, yeah, I mean, it matters when you look at the strength of schedule and you're not didn't beat you guys, didn't beat the Lions, didn't beat Baltimore, but you're beating all the other teams. Well, those other teams beat us last year, so it's kind of like, hey, we're getting over that. We don't care that they're bad right now. But if we can win 2 games out of this stretch until Cleveland or anything like that, then they're there. If they don't win those games, because we're missing a lot of pieces. We're missing interior D linemen. We're missing healthy secondary. We're missing this, one of those badass linebackers. The offense is still gelling. Caleb Williams is going to be in year 3 next year. What's he going to look like? So we're still missing pieces. Special teams, still missing some pieces because they addressed the offense all in the offseason. Next year, it's going to have to be all defense. And so we'll see. So the fact that we're still missing pieces and we can't stay healthy on defense and we're still winning some of these games is an improvement. So, I mean, it matters, but at the end of the day, we're just enjoying it. Like Dan Campbell says, oh, I love Dan Campbell. I know we're not the Lions, but I love Dan Campbell as a coach to a coach. Every time they win, he goes, this is the NFL, baby. We got to enjoy it. Like, you just never know when it's going to happen again. So right now we have, and Ben Johnson's saying that too, we got to enjoy this. So they're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy it. Unless we don't win another game, then we're going to be pissed. But right now we're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. That's good. You guys go 2-2. You did better through your gauntlet than we did. We went 1-3 and we're limping out of it. So,
yeah, I'll take 2-2 all day. Yeah.
So, if you were coaching for the Vikings, knowing what you know about the Bears, what way would you attack the Bears?
Throw the ball to Jefferson. Just just pull up Joe Flacco and just throw the ball up. Just go, hey, T. Higgins, where you at? Just throw it because we don't have anybody back there that can cover it. If you throw it up in the air, he's going to come down with most of them.
He's got to play first, though. He's got to want to play.
I was going to say run the ball. We run the ball. We don't really have interior defensive linemen that consistently play. Yeah, we have Sweat on the outside. Yeah, we show up in the run tackling against some of these teams, but people that are just run, and get yards up the middle, not on the outside, but up the middle, they do pretty well because then we fall for the play action and everything else. And
we don't do any of that. Don't worry about it.
Well, Edward does too.
And
our leading tackler.
That's the shame because I'm hearing what you're saying. And I'm about to say, so it sounds like run the ball, set up the pass, do some play action. We don't do that.
Hey, we didn't do it last year either. We understand. We haven't done that in a long time. Until this year. We have not done it. So that's
we haven't done it since Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just you gotta make Caleb Williams uncomfortable. You just gotta, on offense, you just gotta make him uncomfortable. You gotta be physical with the receivers because Caleb Williams is still making he does a couple things for me when I watch him. He gets rid of it too quickly, where if he just waits an extra 0.5 seconds, somebody else gets open, or he holds on to it too long. And some of those times that he's running around, sometimes it's not on the O line. Sometimes it's him like, I have to run. My first read, second read wasn't open. I got to go. Where he does have a pocket or he can roll it outside and throw it. If you do those things and you take away pictures and move things around, that affects him a lot. Now, if the Bears have a run game going, that helps him. But if they don't have a run game and you're doing that, it screws with him. Because in the USC, he was running air raid offense, which is 1, 2, 3, get rid of the ball. NFL, where he has a progression and this and that, it would mess him up for sure.
Yeah, you want to stop us in the red zone too, make us kick field goals instead of scoring touchdowns because our special teams is pretty much hot garbage for the most part. You saw that in week 1. Missed a 42-yard field goal, had a punt blocked. Your return guy on the punts was killing us. You kicked a 59-yard field goal at the end of the second quarter. The Bears couldn't kick it out of the back of the end zone to get an extra timeout with a 2-minute warning. The more you put our special teams on the field, the better it will be for you.
And a kick return against the Bengals. How embarrassing. Like opening kickoff return. I'm like, with these new rules, you let that happen?
And
I gotta say, you guys are making me feel like we're about to face a 6-win team right now, like a 6-3 team. Like, I'm actually really want because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't sat and watched any Bears game from beginning to end. I see what's on Red Zone, I see highlights. So, like hearing this, I'm just like, how are you guys pulling these wins off?
Well, they're resilient. They just don't stop. That's the big difference is that they don't stop, no matter what happens. Like. You'll see Caleb get frustrated, but nobody really is. Like last year, we saw tantrums. We saw this. Eberflus just let it go. Ben Johnson's not going to let that fly. Like from listening to people, he'll cut him. He's like, you're not playing. Just go. Like he's not about that. His staff is not about that. So we're down 20-10 to the Giants, and somehow we pull that off. Like they just don't stop. So I think that's the big difference. We're making mistakes. Don't get me wrong, but having a run game finally helps. Our defense has to out-scheme people. That's what I've noticed is the scheme has to get it done, and they're figuring it out. So I mean, and we're a bend don't break, and a lot of times we broke, but we're getting turnovers. That's the big thing. That's what's saving us right now is we just somehow get a turnover now all of a sudden.
I like how what you're saying right now for your Bears this year is the same shit we were saying last year about the Vikings. Like we're a bend don't break defense, we're opportunistic, we get takeovers, and then you said keyword resilient. Like we were a very resilient team last year with our 14 wins. Like we'd come back and win games by 1 score. Sam Darnold would come back after a terrible performance in the first quarter or a terrible performance against a game against the Lions or the Rams. We'd come back, start winning games. So it sounds like you guys are having a 2024 like Vikings year.
I hope so. I hope so.
I got to have an educational moment here for John S. He asked, after Eli Manning was drafted by the Vikings, why did he refuse? Eli Manning wasn't drafted by the Vikings. He was drafted by the Chargers.
Yes. San Diego.
The more you know. Not really. I don't want.
Hello, San Diego.
So, Steve, who is one player on the Bears who might not be a household name, but we're going to feel his impact in this game?
I love the new tight end Loveland. I love that guy. Me and Zach talked about before this past game. We were like, don't be surprised if you're seeing him more on the field. He had that game-winning catch against the Cincinnati Bengals. He had the knee thing at the beginning of the year, so they were easing him into it. But that guy is he's going to take Cole Kmet's job because Cole Kmet finally kind of showed up last week a little bit, but he is out there just killing it right now. And I know he's being talked about just a hair, but watching him, he's blocking, he runs routes good, he makes good catches, he wants to run hard when he has the ball. And Caleb Williams is starting to find him. He's found Odunze and others. That's a guy on offense that I think we're going to have to pay attention to, especially playing an offense like Michigan and then coming in the NFL playing a similar style. He's fitting right in.
Do you think it was the right move to take him over Tyler Warren?
Yes, now it is.
I think now, yes.
Because of 1 touchdown?
No, it's been more than that. He's been showing up past 2 weeks.
His blocking on the outside too.
Yeah, blocking huge.
Which is what Ben Johnson wants. You guys know, watching him at the Lions, he wants 2 to 3 running backs. He wants 2 to 3 tight ends. Use them however he wants. Yeah. And he just needs a receiver and an offensive line that's going to run block. He's good. So to have that, and I think Cole Kmet noticed because last week he kind of showed up a little bit. I think he notices. Now if you have 2 tight ends, Ben Johnson's offense goes back to what he wants it to be.
Yeah, come on, Shaq. We're trying to run the ball here in Minnesota. We don't need another receiver in Tyler Warren if we would have drafted him.
Tyler Warren does it all. He literally lines up in the backfield and runs the ball. He literally could throw the ball too.
But he doesn't block the ball. Like that's the thing what we're talking about here.
That's why they got Cole Kmet.
Colson learn how to block.
Colson Loveland blocks. Yeah. Tyler Warren don't block.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
We have DJ Moore in the backfield. We're good. They put him everywhere. We're fine.
Yeah, I need
so Rick, same question. Who's a player, not a household name, but you think is going to make an impact in this game?
I'm looking for Luther Burden, especially on the turf. He's got some speed, and if we're paying attention to those running backs, if we're dropping down in the box to try to get after Caleb Williams, everyone's paying attention to Dunze on one side and Moore on the other, and then that guy's going to be kind of in the middle, running free. So I don't know if he's going to have a 10 catch game, but if he catches 2 or 3 deep balls, that could really change things around.
So the rookies.
Yeah, Luther is a big deep threat that we got to pay attention to.
I mean, the Cowboys find out.
Who's a player that these guys are about to find out about?
I know you know the name. Pretty much anybody who knows anything about the NFC North knows the name, but he's been remarkably absent until last week. C.J. Ham. C.J. Ham was not on the field for the offense all season, but he was last week. We didn't run the ball a lot. We only ran the ball 13 times. But C.J. Ham was leading the way, and all of a sudden we're averaging 6 yards a carry. So hopefully for us, you guys are going to see a heavy dose of him and maybe even a carry in the red zone.
Cody, who are you getting jinxed this week?
I'm going with Mr. 200. I mean, he hasn't showed up this year yet. He's a little old, right? It's Harrison Smith. I think he is now that type of player to where he is not known in the NFL besides what his past was. So I think he belongs right here. I think Mr. 200 with Greenard out, I think we're going to be sending Mr. 200 Harrison Smith off the edge at the quarterback a lot. I think he's going to be, again, back to being Mr. Fixer for at least one game this year, and it's going to be this game. Mr. Fixer Harrison Smith is my player.
Shaq, who's one player these guys got to watch out for?
If John Grenard doesn't play this game, I feel like Tyrion Ingram Dawkins might have a little coming out party. It's kind of the middle of the season, and he might not get like a sack or nothing, but he might get a couple pressures to force Caleb Williams to make an error throw. So Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, a rookie.
And along those lines, I'm staying on the defensive line. I'm going with Jalen Redmond. He's a guy that you're going to see in your backfield. He's going to be stuffing runs, and he might get a sack on Caleb Williams. Right now, he leads our team in sacks, and still nobody really knows who he is. I mean, you guys are NFC North foes, so you may have heard the name Jalen Redmond. You will definitely hear that name a few times.
John Randall 2.0.
I'm not going to call that yet, but
I ain't ready for that, Cody.
He just needs
I
to
ain't
talk.
ready for that.
Yeah.
No, don't put that kind of pressure on the man.
Undrafted free agent Jalen Redmond.
How about instead of John Randall, let's go Kevin Williams 2.0.
Yeah, but he's going the UDFA route, and
Yep.
John Randall's a UDFA.
Ah,
Kevin Williams with a top 10 pick, or was supposed to be, and the Vikings missed their pick and got him like 12. So that's where he was going with that. So with that, let's give our keys to the game, and then we'll let you guys give what you guys think is the key to the game. So Cody, what do you think is the key to the game for the Vikings to win?
I think the most obvious one is we brought up the stats earlier. 3rd and short, run the ball. I mean, you're the worst NFL team on 3rd and short, right? And all we do is we pass the ball. I think you said 15 times, and we only converted 20% of it. But when we run the ball, we're at 70% conversion rate, but we only run the ball 10 out of the 25 times. Run the ball, convert that 3rd and short, keep the offense moving. I think there's a lot of lulls going into it where we 3rd and 1, and we just pass the ball incomplete. And I think that's like where most of the ridicule is coming up for KOC is why is he not running the ball on 3rd and short? So 3rd and short, run the ball, keep the chains moving, keep the drives going.
Like it. Michael Fish, what's your key to the game?
when the Bears are in 3rd and long and an obvious passing down, our front cannot do twists and stunts. We have to maintain gap integrity. I think it was Rick who brought it up early that we had a lot of immediate pressure up the middle. Well, it's been a couple of months, but I seem to remember Ivan Pace having Caleb Williams dead to rights, blasting up the middle, and Caleb Williams juked him in the pocket and then took off running. So you can't do that. What you've got to do to get to Caleb Williams is have your front maintain their gap integrity and bring a delayed blitz from his left side. You can't come up the middle. You can't come from the right. He can't see it coming. He's too elusive in the pocket. You got to, like Cody said earlier, the fixer. You got to bring Harrison Smith, Eric Williams, or even Andrew Van Ginkel off of his left, away from his initial progression to where his eyes won't get to see that blitzer coming. And then you can pop him. You can catch him to where he can't do something athletic to get away from the blitzer.
I like it. Shaq, what's your key to the game?
I kind of touched on it earlier. It's pretty much don't just get pressures. You need to finish your pressures with sacks. Pressures is nice and all, but sacks will determine this game. If you can get a sack, it puts the Bears in longer situations, which force Caleb Williams to hold the ball longer and then having to make the right throws. We all know once we get into the long distance, Brian Flores like to dial up these crazy-ass blitzes. And if we can do that, it's going to put Caleb Williams in a hard situation. So don't just get the pressures, Minnesota. Finish the pressures with sacks.
And mine is to win the turnover battle, but more importantly, don't turn over the ball. I think it was you, Coach, that said that one of the ways that you guys have been winning these games has been forcing turnovers, and that is absolutely correct. The Bears lead the NFL with 20 forced turnovers, and 19 of those 20 have come in their 6 wins. Their 3 losses, they've only forced 1 turnover, and that was a pick 6 against us. So the Bears aren't getting turnovers. They're not winning games. So not only do we have to win the turnover battle, we have to not turn the ball over. Do not give the Bears extra opportunities on offense. Their defense has not been good aside from forcing those turnovers. They're giving up the 5th most points and 6th most yards. But the turnovers have helped them out. We can't do that. So win the turnover battle, but more importantly, don't turn the ball over. What would you say, Steve, is the Bears' key to the game?
I was going to say turn the ball over, like get turnovers. That's exactly that's exactly what I was going to say. If we can force some turnovers and score off of them, we're golden. If we can get some turnovers and run the football, that puts us in great situations. We got to turn the ball, get the Vikings, you guys, to turn the ball over. If we don't, then you guys are on the field longer, and our defense on the field more, and we do not play well when they're on the field most of the game.
I like that. That means my homework worked out there because we had competing ideas right there.
Yes,
what do you got, Rick?
I want to jump on that just a little bit. I think we need to keep the momentum on our side. So when we do get a turnover, we need to score the ball with it right away. Don't just get a turnover and then punt the ball 3 plays later. You want to keep the Vikings fans out of it. I want to muzzle that fucking horn. I don't want to hear that goddamn thing going off about it. Yeah, that's such a great home field advantage. I mean, if I had that, I think it was a lot of fun. But as a non-fan, it's fucking annoying. So let's muzzle that thing up. Let's keep the fans out of it a little bit. Let's keep the ball on the offense side. Like Coach Steve said, if we play on defense too long, we have some problems. So yeah, force a couple turnovers. Make sure you score field goals. Make sure you score touchdowns, not field goals when you do. And take the fans out of the game by holding on, running the football, and not letting them blow that horn.
Hey,
blow that horn.
I learned something earlier because I joined a Bears podcast a couple days ago, and somebody commented that the person who designed our stadium is the one who's designing y'all's new stadium. So he said,
"You guys might get a horn."
You guys are going to get loud because that's something.
Yeah.
U.S. Bank Stadium gets loud, baby.
Yeah.
It should be like a cave design.
All right. Before we get into these predictions for the score, do you guys have any questions for the Vikings, or are you guys ready to do the predictions?
Do you miss Sam Darnold at all?
Yeah, that was my
question.
Why does that always come up at the end? Every single time that Sam Darnold question comes up at the end. Shaq.
Well, I guess, let's ask it a different way, though. Would you rather have had Sam Darnold this year to win, or are you happy that you're getting to see J.J. McCarthy? Because Sam Darnold wasn't the answer long term. So at what point did you want to see J.J. come in, or at what point did you want to keep Sam Darnold?
Okay, so you're going to get different answers from a couple of us. Me, I was ready to start the J.J. McCarthy era. I would have been down for Sam Darnold one more year and kind of let it be a competition, and that might have been better for J.J. McCarthy in the long run. But I was not in on signing Sam Darnold to like a 3-4 year deal, and I don't think Sam Darnold was down to sign a 1 year deal. I do believe we probably offered him a 1 year deal, probably $25-30 million, and he knew, hey, this is my chance to go strike gold, and he went and did that. So I'm happy with the decision that the Vikings made. I would have been cool with it for 1 year, but I wanted to see J.J. McCarthy out there. Shaq?
Pretty much I wanted to give Sam Darnold that 3-year contract, 2 years guaranteed, because I kind of figured J.J. McCarthy coming off an injury, which he missed the whole rookie season, going to need time to develop because he didn't get a chance to do that last year. So I feel like bringing Sam Darnold in for another year, continue where he left off from last year, and building more chemistry with the team would have been better suited for us. Not just J.J. McCarthy development, but, having the Vikings still be competitive. If it didn't work out, we could have traded him the following year after, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of quarterback needed teams, and we could have probably shipped Sam Darnold off with a second-round pick to get rid of his contract. So I would have kept Sam Darnold for 2 more years and had J.J. McCarthy compete this year and next year. And then if he beat out Sam Darnold fairly, we could get rid of Sam Darnold.
I will say this. I mean, I believe Shaq that that's what he wanted, but you do have a lot of Viking fans saying, "Oh, we should have kept Sam Darnold. We messed up." But if you would have asked them in March when Sam Darnold signed that contract, would you want to give him that contract? 90% of the Viking fans said, "Hell no." So the hindsight is definitely 2020 on that, because now they're all saying, "Oh, we messed up. We should have kept Sam Darnold. How did we let him go?" When all the fans, or 90% of the fans, were ready to let that man walk and didn't want to bring him back, especially with the way the season ended against the Lions and the Rams. I miss anything there, Fish or Cody?
Yeah, I would have kept Darnold at least just because of weeks 3 through 8. I would have liked to have Darnold after that J.J. McCarthy injury, the ankle injury, just to have him place him in. I would like to have Darnold in there for at least a 1-year contract if it was never going to happen for 1 year, just to have him in there for competition for McCarthy, just to see how it played out in the offseason. But other than that, no, I want to watch our top 10 quarterback, the 4th one in our franchise history as a top 10 quarterback drafted since 1961. Actually see that development and watch a young quarterback grow. It's new to people. Top 10 pick quarterbacks are new to Vikings fans, so.
That was a good question. I like the way that you ended up phrasing that.
I guess I'll ask one more in kind of a similar vein, because it's one that we've dealt with the past couple of years, both with Fields and now Caleb Williams. How important is winning the game versus watching JJ's development?
We mentioned this earlier. My opinion is I want to see JJ develop. Ours was making the playoffs, or would you rather make the playoffs or JJ's development? I said a playoff is 1 year. JJ's development is multiple years. It's what's going to set our future up. It's either 1 year playoff and we either win or lose out through that, or we have JJ McCarthy going out for another 3 more years developing, and then we have him for 8 to 10 more years after that. So it's the development of JJ McCarthy.
And Fish, did you agree with that?
I just want to win some football games. I don't give a shit how we do it. I said it earlier. It's 2 separate things. We're going to win football games, and JJ is going to develop both of those things. It's more important to win. I really don't care. As for the earlier question that was asked about JJ McCarthy, so before we beat the Lions, after we come off that loss, I can't even remember who it was to. I said, hot take, even with Sam Darnold as our quarterback, we'd have the exact same record. I stand by that. Moving forward, the Lions and the Ravens, I will say this. I think last weekend, if Sam Darnold was our quarterback, we beat the Ravens. I think that we were trying to run the same type of plays with J.J. McCarthy as our quarterback as we did last year with Sam Darnold as our quarterback. And at this stage of the game, Sam Darnold's a better thrower of the ball. So we probably would have won that game. He's a better deep ball thrower. Do I want to give that one win up for, what was it, $100 million? Nah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, one last one. Besides McCarthy, who's the other player that you guys are looking to see develop? Who's the other player you're excited about moving forward?
Dallas Turner. Like, I need to see.
I was waiting for one of you to say it.
I need to see the guy develop. That's the guy you traded up for. That's the guy you traded up for. Like, you need to develop him, and it's he's got the pressures. He doesn't have the sacks. We thought he was going to be this, insert in there. He's young. He'll develop fast, and he'll get after it. He hasn't developed yet, in my opinion, and he's been put in the doghouse by Brian Flores with the fact of he's playing special teams now. At least he's making some plays on special teams. He's actually tackling people out there. I need to see development from Dallas Turner. I think he's in the same boat as Brian Oswald right now was. He's getting thrown in there on special teams. He needs more snaps, and I don't think he's going to get it. He has a chance this week with Grinnard out, but even when Ginkle was out, when he was out there playing, he wasn't a finisher like he's supposed to be.
For me, it's our first round pick this year, Donovan Jackson at guard, and he's actually been looking pretty good for a rookie. There's been some rookie mistakes, like you're going to expect with all rookies. Like, they're going to make mistakes, but he's overall been solid, and I'm just hoping that we got a solution at left guard for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because if we do, that's a major component to building a team. And we got the left tackle over there. So that could be a very strong side for us, for the next 8 to 10 years. So definitely want to see Donovan Jackson and, of course, Dallas Turner. He was our other first-round pick with J.J. McCarthy. Anybody got anything different?
Ty Felton. Our third-round draft pick, wide receiver. Hated that damn pick. Didn't know why we did that damn pick. But here we got a third-round draft pick, wide receiver that's supposed to be a playmaker that can create separation and make big plays. And we traded a fourth-round pick for Adam Thielen. And Ty Felton cannot find the field. He's got to find the field. He's got to get an opportunity to he's got to make something of it. He really needs to start challenging Jalen Nailor. He's got to find the field because we're probably not going to pay Nailor to stay with us.
Right.
Adam Thielen's probably done. That needs to be Ty Felton's job to win, is to be our wide receiver 3. It has to be. If it's not, a third-round wide receiver cannot challenge and take the wide receiver 3 spot. He's got to.
See, at first I thought you were starting off a joke, but you turned that into something legit. Shaq, I figured you were going to say Dallas Turner. Did you have a different one?
Yeah, I have a different one. I was actually going to go with Donovan Jackson, but you said Donovan Jackson. So I'm going to go with old reliable Jordan Addison. I need to see him take that next step and prove to everybody he's a number 1 receiver in this NFL, even playing alongside Justin Jefferson. I want to see him prove that, if you don't have a shutdown corner on him, then he should be easily going for 100 yards until he get double covered. So I want to see Jordan Addison take the next step and force teams to double cover him.
So then we could trade Justin Jefferson.
I ain't saying all that. I ain't taking all that.
I'm not saying that anymore either, but there was a time I was saying that. All right. Well, before I do get you guys out of here, because I know it's late for you guys. Not really late for me. This party's just getting started for me. It's only 8:30 my time. Let's give our score predictions, and let's start with Cody.
So, we beat the Lions. Bears got crushed by Lions. We played a close game with the Ravens. Bears got crushed by Ravens. I think we honestly beat you guys by 10+ points. I'm just saying this with you guys. You guys still are 6-3 record. A loss at 6-4 isn't going to damage you too well or damage you too bad going forward. You can still win some other games. This is the start of your gauntlet. Like ours, we came out limping. I think you guys possibly do the same thing. I'm going to go 31-17 Minnesota.
Sheesh.
31-17 Minnesota. Sorry, got these notifications going off. I had to figure out how to mute them. All right. Shaq, what do you got?
I'm going 28-24 Minnesota. I feel like it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I feel like whoever has the ball last is going to win the game.
Ugly game. Beautiful but ugly game. I want to be able to relax for a game. It's early, and I don't want to ruin my Sunday. All right, Coach, what do you got?
Bears 28, Vikings 21. What I got.
All touchdowns. All right, and that puts it on me.
You done with the Pringle bag?
My bad. Hold on. right, go
Shaq's
ahead.
like, it's snack time, baby.
Well, I gave my prediction. I'm done. Time to.
Yeah, forget the rest of the clip.
Go ahead.
Let me crinkle these up while you give your score. All right, so I got the Vikings winning this game by a score of 31-23. I have a feeling where this whole thing's going. So, Michael Fish, what do you got?
20-17 Minnesota. Real knuckle biter. It's going to be a tough game.
It always is.
All right. And that leaves it to you, Rick. You got to break the homerism.
I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna be with Fish here. I think it's gonna be a low scoring grudge match. I think it's gonna be 24-20. The Bears 24, Lions 20. The Bears seem to have some sort of magic that lets them win late in these games, and I think it's gonna happen again.
You realize you've been talking to Viking fans, not Lions fans, right?
Oh, I said Lions. I'm so sorry.
I know
Save
that
this
was
clip for
similar.
week 18. Save this clip for week 18. You might have just prophesized something.
We are an under 500 team, so you guys got a shot.
Yeah, we did.
That's all we need.
That's all you need.
Who's this guy?
Showing that up,
I
man.
guess he's a Bears fan.
I'm gonna poison your deep fried macaroni and cheese ball, Reed.
On Facebook.
No, this is Fish's boy.
Oh,
He said the same thing last time he was on the show.
He's gonna say till he's right.
Yeah.
I like that score. 20-20. So none of us surrendered. I should have just picked against us because I'm 1-0 when I pick against us. As in the Vikings win when I pick against us. I picked against us against the Lions, and that worked out. I was like, oh, we're hot. We're gonna beat the Ravens, and then we lost. So I don't know. All right, fellas. Well, thank you guys for jumping on and joining us, and really like talking to other fans the week of the game and getting some perspective. It makes it fun for me. Any final words, Rick?
Well, maybe we'll see each other again in the playoffs. So be back to talk to you guys again. If not, see you next year.
Yes, sir.
All right.
See you next year.
Hopefully, we don't get a horn in our new stadium. Hopefully, it's like a bear.
Yeah.
Something different.
get a bear growl. Roar.
Gonna get that Beowulf horn.
I'm gonna clip that.
Roar.
I'm gonna clip that. All right, fellas. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll stay in touch. I got all you guys' contacts, so anytime we do any kind of crossover stuff, I'll be hitting you guys up, and if you can make it, cool. Rick, shout out your podcast real quick.
Yeah, the Bears Brothers. Sorry, my brother Eric couldn't make it. He also has a big boy job, but we're the Bears Brothers podcast.
All right, and Steve, where can people find you?
The Coach Steve Show. It's a hodgepodge, but it's there. It has everything. Probably 150 college coaches have been on there. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's good.
Yeah. All right, I'll check that out. All right, Steve, and congratulations on the baby.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have to go check now.
All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
All right. And that is another episode of Scoling with the Enemy.
A sound effect. We got the budget.
Should have gave that one off right before they left.
All right. Do we got hot takes tonight?
Do we? I don't know. I know it's Purple Prophecies or Around the Gjallarhorn.
No. Around the Gjallarhorn. No, Around the Gjallarhorn is hot takes.
I'm glad we've got this worked out now.
Don't give me credit yet. I might still go call predictions hot takes and have to restart the whole damn thing. Michael Fitch, why don't you go ahead and lead off Around the Gjallarhorn with your hot take?
I said this early in the show. The Vikings are still the best team in the division, and the Vikings and the Bears are going to finish 1 and 2 in the division.
Ooh,
I like it.
those are both very hot. Like, I don't know which one's hotter. I mean, I'm gonna say it's hotter that you're saying the Vikings and Bears are gonna finish 1 and 2. I don't know if I can put us ahead of the Lions. I know we just beat them. I just don't know if I can get there. I mean, talking to you a little bit more.
You just said the most important thing. We just beat them.
All right, you buying or selling that one, Cody?
I'm buying that one.
Amen, brother. Finally. Yes.
Making me the villain. So that means the Vikings and Bears make the playoffs. The Packers and Lions don't.
Sounds like beautiful music.
Oh, I heard him say Lions over Bears. My bad. I'm still buying it though.
No, he said the Vikings are the best team in the North, and the Bears and Vikings will finish 1 and 2.
I think the Vikings are the most talented team in the North. Better team, I don't know.
Come back to 15 seconds ago, Cody. Come on back.
Yes. I'll agree with you. I'll buy with that one.
You were dialed in.
I think we are the best team in the North. We just need to start playing like it.
Shaq, are we the best team in the North?
That's a tough one.
Who's better, Shaq? Lions? We just beat them 2 weeks ago.
Fish, you make it hard to say.
I want to say us, but it's like we're not consistent enough.
No. Who's the best team in the North, Shaq? I didn't say
I
in the NFC.
gotta go with the Vikings because we are the only undefeated in the North. So I have to buy. I'm sorry, I gotta go with logic.
Facts.
We are 2-0.
I like the fact-based comment.
I don't know if I can get there. I'm sorry, guys. Does that make me a bad fan?
No, we need negative Keith back. Honestly,
you got to make Robbie happy.
So well,
we agree too much. Remember that.
Yeah, Lemmings.
Oh wait, yeah, Vikings. They're definitely the best. They're number 1. They're probably going to win out and win this division. We're going to sweep the North. We're the best team. I forgot my role. All right, I'll go ahead and do mine. I don't think it's that hot. It's just I don't think that the fan base is as out or down on JJ McCarthy as it sounds or as it's coming across. I think this is just a fan base that came in with a lot of expectations, and those expectations aren't being met. And JJ McCarthy's kind of just catching the blame for it, for the whole team not being where it should be. And it's easy to point it out that, JJ McCarthy this, JJ McCarthy that. Also because we're seeing Sam Darnold have success on another team, which is also kind of putting salt in the wound. I think if we had come into the season without these expectations and JJ McCarthy was doing exactly what he's doing right now, I don't think you'd be hearing the hate. I think you would be hearing more positive stuff about the plays that he's making and not just the negativity. So I really don't think this fan base is as out on him as it sounds. Now, of course, there are some people who were out on him before he took a snap, and those people's minds are made up. But I think overall, the fan base is not out on JJ McCarthy.
I'd almost want to buy that. I kind of want to, if Michael Penix or Jaden Daniels was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings and was producing the same amount of stats or years as what JJ McCarthy has, would it be the same tone? Like, honestly, I don't think it would be. I think, he's developing. He's developing, and it'd be their side. He's developing. At this, it's just because they didn't want that quarterback in the draft.
It's because he's from Michigan and kind of a golden boy.
Yeah, they didn't want that guy. I wanted my guy. Or like if Spencer Rattler was the quarterback, then it's like, he's just developing. Give him some more time. Or Jalen Milroe, give him some more time. Or even Michael Pratt, give him some more time. Jordan Travis, give him some more time. You're
gonna keep bringing that up. I don't even know if he's still here.
Watch the 5 years the quarterback play. Then if he's not good, we'll all admit that he's not good. But for right now, let's get on the quarterback side and watch it play out. Don't just, he's done 4 games. I don't like him. Throw this one away. It's stupidity, in my opinion.
What do you think, Fish? Do you think this fan base is as out on JJ McCarthy as it sounds, or do you think just a frustrated fan base and taking out their frustration on him?
No, I just think that the ones that are out on him are the loudest.
Mm-hmm.
the people who are in on him, who don't have a podcast to be able to say that they're in on him, just stay quiet. They're just waiting for the big game and the playoff win to go to the few people who are out on him.
Cody, what's your Gjallarhorn?
My Gjallarhorn is it's going to be dealing with Justin Jefferson. I think the frustrations does come from the quarterback play. I think the frustration we're seeing from Justin Jefferson is because there's no stability at right now of the quarterback play giving him the ball. As a professional, like Fish brought it up earlier, he says he's going to go savage mode now. He's going to be a better player, and he should be a better player for his young quarterback going forward. What did T.O. say about Tony Romo, like crying in that press? That's my quarterback. Like stand behind him. And as fans, stand behind your quarterback, right? And the hot take is the frustrations come from quarterback play. But as a team captain and as a veteran of the league, as the best wide receiver in the league, you need to get behind that one quarterback and stay behind him.
Now, would you say J.J. McCarthy or a mixture of J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz?
It'd be a mixture of both, J.J. McCarthy and Carson Wentz. I think the J.J. was open. Jefferson was open a lot, and the balls kind of sailed over him, right? And I think the frustration mounted throughout the game, right? And then the drop pass, it was just frustration. Like the ball was finally put on the number on him, and he just dropped it. So I think the frustrations are coming from the quarterback play because the targets are there.
Do you agree that the frustrations are coming from the quarterback, or do you think it's what Justin Jefferson said and he just got things going on in life?
I think it's quarterback play. I think it's like I want to say it's like the execution of the plays. Like it's just not clicking how it did last year. And like, yeah, we was making spectacular catches, and he was used to making spectacular catches for Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold. But it's kind of like, I guess Justin Jefferson is kind of getting tired of having to make a spectacular catch, and he just wants the easy catch to come to him. And it's like, I feel like he's not giving up on the team. He's just frustrated that he has to do so much just to get the ball.
What are your thoughts, Fish?
I 100% agree his frustrations coming from the quarterback play. When you think about in his college, he had Joe Burrow throwing him the ball. He had Jamar Chase on the other side, creating opportunities for him. And then he comes into the pros, and excluding the fact that he couldn't win big games, one thing that Kirk Cousins could do was he could put up some damn stats. He could throw the ball. If Kirk Cousins had to throw the ball 48 times, by God, he's gonna get close to 400 yards. And Justin Jefferson was a beneficiary of that. He got a lot of yards in the first 3 years of his career. He got that nice big contract because he got a lot of yards, and he is the best wide receiver in the game. And now he's going through more quarterback flux. And I mean, J.J. McCarthy is not Kirk Cousins right now, and Carson Wentz is nowhere near. And yes, he had a revised Sam Darnold who could throw a deep ball last year. So he's not getting the opportunities. He's not getting the ball coming his way he was, and it's not coming as accurately. Yeah, he's frustrated. He deserves to be frustrated. He just doesn't deserve to show it out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves to go over to the sidelines and say, look here, you young snot-nosed punk. The next time you see me lined up one-on-one, you throw that ball to the inside low to where only I can get it, and I'll get the goddamn ball and we'll score. And then they go back out on the field and execute.
Don't give up on me.
Damn, and no one told me that my microphone's been off this whole time.
Now you can.
Movie.
I've been using the laptop microphone the whole time until I just plugged this one in right now.
Doesn't sound different.
Okay.
Yeah, you
What's
do
your
sound more intimate.
I'll go back and listen, but that I just looked and was like, oh man, wrong microphone. All right, Shaq, what's your hot take?
Pretty much my hot take is I feel like the offensive struggles is more on KOC than JJ McCarthy because KOC is using JJ McCarthy like he's been in the league 13 years and he knows what to expect from all these defenses when he needs to dial it back down and get back to a simple offense. We don't need to be running trick plays after trick plays and deep passes. Just dumb it down for JJ McCarthy, a young quarterback, and then you build up to getting him to that elite quarterback play and then elite play calling. So right now, I feel like our offensive struggles is more on KOC than our young quarterback.
I'm definitely buying that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, JJ McCarthy can get some blame, but that's expected. KOC is supposed to be a quarterback whisperer, supposed to be coach of the year. Like he should be guiding JJ McCarthy, and setting him up for success. Like it was brought up, his quote was, young quarterbacks don't fail franchises. Franchises fail young quarterbacks. And in that last game, KOC absolutely failed his quarterback. So he's got to be the adult in the room. He's got to be the one, to make things right. And I'm not letting JJ McCarthy off of the hook, but I'm expecting him to make mistakes. KOC's got to help him get all those mistakes, and I don't think he's been doing that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you insert a rookie quarterback with KOC, it hasn't been good. You look back to Jaron Hall, it wasn't good. So, like, KOC has to learn that, hey, you finally got your rookie quarterback. Act like he's a rookie quarterback. Play him like a rookie quarterback. Scheme him like a rookie quarterback. I'm going to buy you what you're saying all day, Keith. Play him like a rookie quarterback. Or Shaq, my bad. Yeah, Shaq. Play him like a rookie quarterback.
Look alike.
Yeah.
Book got that black hat on. You buying that, Fish?
Yeah.
Damn it,
Absolutely.
you agreed. I didn't want you to agree.
Lemmings. We're all lemmings.
Yeah, I know he's up there canning, but I mean, I think when he's canning, I think KOC's still in his helmet. I don't think it's, the clock hasn't run out on that yet, so he's being told to do that. And I also don't think he's canning to over 40 passes.
Yeah,
I don't think he's like repeatedly, oh no, can't run this one. We're going to change it to a pass. I don't think he's doing that. Or KOC would have his ass if he was doing that.
Yeah, if he was canning that much, Max Brosmer would be the quarterback this week.
Madden, my player mode, when they call run play, you like, nah, we about to pass.
All right. Let's go ahead and get into the Purple Prophecies, which are our predictions. Who's ready? Whoa! That might have been the first time all three of you raised your hand at the same time, and I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what, Shaq? You lead this off.
So I know we've been harping a lot about KOC run the ball. This is about to be super hot. The Minnesota Vikings will have 3 rushing touchdowns in the red zone against the Chicago Bears.
I'm trying to think when's the last time that we've had 3 rushing touchdowns in a game. Dalvin Cook?
Probably.
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 It was probably Dalvin
I don't know.
Cook.
You might have to go back to AP.
It might be.
I was thinking you might have to go back to AP, man. And
it might be my Asiata though, because I think
Asiata did have a 3-touchdown game. He did have a 3-touchdown game.
A 3-touchdown game would assume that we probably scored a total of over 30, and we didn't score over 30 with Zimmer many times at all. Period. So I'm just saying.
I think the Asiata game was with Zimmer, though.
It might be Asiata.
Cook had 4 touchdowns against the Packers. Were they all rushing touchdowns, though, Sarah?
In the red zone at that.
Well, I'm just saying 3 rushing touchdowns, period. I mean, I know it's been a minute. All right, so 3. That's good. That works for mine. Michael Fish, what do you got?
The Minnesota Vikings will be the only NFC North team to win a football game this weekend.
Ooh,
So you got the Giants beating the Packers.
I'll say it with my chest out.
All right. I got the Vikings doing something they haven't done all year. And that is they will score at least one touchdown in every quarter of this game against the Bears.
Woo.
And that includes the first quarter, Cody.
Hey, first quarter touchdowns. We did lose last week though, but a game we
Score
should
prediction, Keith.
a game we should have won. 21-7. That's what.
Are you trying to math my score prediction now, Fish?
Yeah, I am.
I had 31-23.
Okay.
Checks out.
He did.
It checks out.
It checks out.
You might want to.
And trust me, I made sure it did before I did this because I know you would call me. Yeah, we've been working.
You were like,
too
all right,
long.
carry the one.
Yeah.
You might want to bet on that.
And you know what's funny? I actually had to go back and look at the box scores, like to make sure that we haven't done it because the Bengal game might have, but we didn't do it in the Bengal game. But the damn Eagles did. They scored 7 points each quarter. Their box score just 7s across the line. That pissed me off, actually. Glad I brought that up again. All right, what do you got, Cody?
Just like I said, AJ Brown yapping at the mouth. Start him up in all fantasy formats that you have. He's going to go off. Justin Jefferson just said he's going to go savage mode, and I fully believe that. I think he's going to have a career game against the Chicago Bears in the depleted secondary. I think he's going to have the best game he's had in his career, and the result of that, J.J. McCarthy will also have the best game of his career.
So just so we're clear, this is over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns?
100.
All right. I like it. I mean, that helps mine. I hope he gets one in each quarter.
Help fantasy Keith out. He needs it. He's struggling.
No. Help predicting Keith out. I've hit my last 2 predictions. They've been pretty hard. This one might end my streak. Come on, Tommy.
You see what I mean?
Like, how can we take anything you say seriously and then you say something like this?
I don't.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd imagine the Packer fans are mad because they had expectations coming into this season and they have the media behind them, but then they're losing games to the freaking Browns and the Panthers and not scoring a touchdown or one touchdown against the Eagles on primetime TV, tying the Cowboys. Man, we're the best team in the NFC North.
Mm-hmm. Packers just starting their gauntlet. They get a little bye week here, then it's on.
Ain't a bye week. Jameis Winston's going to roast their ass.
They get Jameis.
I'm not going to count them out, but I think it's like an 8.5 point favorite.
Mm-hmm. I actually like that. I think
Jameis Winston is about to be biblical on these boys.
If the Giants still had Malik Neighbors, I could buy that.
They got Deal Johnson.
Yeah.
The Giants still had Cam Scatterbo.
I'm saying with Jameis, I'd rather him have Malik Neighbors than Cam Scatterbo. But yeah, I'd rather us have Cam Scatterbo. He wouldn't be injured right now, and Ty Felton would be somewhere else. So Carson Wentz put up more than Jordan Love against the Eagles. Yeah, but why does Jordan Love get love and our quarterback doesn't? I think that's crazy.
Weird.
Because he blew out the Packers. He blew out the Cowboys in the playoffs.
And then he peaked.
Yeah, I mean.
Why? Because he's following 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, so they need the Packers to have a Hall of Fame quarterback. It's a necessity.
Back foot throw, moon balls. Jordan Love. That's all he does.
Non-shit quarterback rating. Robbie doesn't care about winning and losing. He just cares about PFF and QBR.
I would love for Robbie to come on and explain what the QB what's involved in the QB rating.
I don't want to know that.
Politics.
It's going to
No,
take.
I really want to hear it. I
hours.
mean, he's putting so much weight on it. I'd love to know what's involved in it.
He doesn't know. He just knows it's a number. It's a number.
It's going to take like 3
I
hours.
get it. It's a guide reel. It's an indicator.
No, he will not be able to tell you.
Politics. It is politics.
I mean, what's not politics?
Like, how can somebody who throw the ball at the ground get a 53.3 QBR rating? That does not make no sense to me.
Let's see. All right, fellas, it's 2 minutes before midnight for y'all, so I'm gonna let you go. I know Cody's wife's probably been coming in there looking still.
Yeah, she's scolding me right now, and she's looking at me right now.
Hi, Sam. All right, final words. What do you got, Shaq?
Final words. JJ McCarthy, listen to Whacked Out Mirrors by Kendrick Lamar. Right now, you got a lot of haters out there who's throwing you over who's trying to throw you under the bus, saying you not shit. But at the end of the day, you know what you're about. Just go ahead and listen to Whacked Out Mirrors, meditate, and come back like the demon you know you are, and start winning these games again. For the fans who tuned in, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's Go is trying to reach another level. And if you're feeling real generous, you can always send some money on the Cash App, or you can click the $ on YouTube at Let's Go. And that's all I have.
All right, Michael Fish, what do you got?
For Vikings fans, by Vikings fans, this is going to be a nice, complimentary football, solid win in a tough game against a divisional opponent. And like it says right there, let's go 3-0, baby.
Cody.
I just got done grading as a cadre member for expert infantryman badge. We started out with 432 candidates, and only 41 was able to get their badges. I'm proud of all those guys that tested for 3 straight weeks and just got it on there. Is rigorous. They ended it today with a 12-mile road march under 3 hours. Out of the 56 that entered the road march, 41 made it. They weren't looking so happy crossing that finish line. They were like walking like zombies here and there, but I was very proud of it. I got to pin one of my own soldiers today. He earned it. He was perfect across the board. I was very happy about that and made my whole day. It's Friday night. He's out partying right now, enjoying his badge. I'm guessing a lot of people are out there partying right now. Hey, just be safe, right? And be good or be good at it. With that, let's go.
Let's go.
All right, that's our show. Thank you for everybody who tuned in, even you, Robbie. Appreciate it. And we'll take any support we can get, the good and the bad. Get us a little bit fired up. That's cool. We will be back next Thursday, right, guys? Next Thursday.
And
it'll most likely be next Thursday, and then the week after that we got to figure it out. I mean, we can come on Thanksgiving, right?
Just start it up. I'll meet you there.
Cody, let me talk to Sam after the show. We'll get this figured out.
Yeah.
But no, we will be back next Thursday at our regular time. But before that, we will be here on Sunday after the Bears game doing aftercare. Either be celebrating the win, or we're going to be celebrating the win, and that's it. That's facts. All right. See you guys Sunday after the game. Let's Skol.
Let's go.